do, how it be, how it is. We're in it. We're here. I'm excited. Welcome back to Terraform. I am Sir Feffers. Over here we have Ben Brainard, that dorky cosplayer, GoodGriefGeorge, and the amazing Critfail Jake. Our phenomenal Taylor Ann Tracy is not with us tonight. She has got a modeling gig. Super proud of her. Big things happening. All sorts of dope stuff. Just to get it out of the way, we've got a Discord, we've got a YouTube. If you want to get caught up, you can go over to the YouTube Jake and Feffers. I believe tonight or tomorrow morning, the episode 1 of this campaign of Terraform is getting uploaded, as well as the summer series, which is 2 mini campaigns, and the 2 other campaigns, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. We have continual campaigns. We're churning out the content for you. And yeah, we be doing it. We be doing it to them. Everything is content. Last we left off, the party managed to find their way into the tavern known as Sweet Fire. Thylo Match has his own place. Pod and Anarian, the brothers, have their own kind of tucked away area, and Lavina also has and Eshna have their own place with a common room and stuff like that. The party has finally gotten their long rest. Before we get into all of that, let's throw it around and introduce ourselves real fast. Critfail Jake, you can go first.
Hello, Critfail Jake. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram. I'm playing Anarian, he's a Twilight Cleric. Came to a festival for good times and was met with intrigue. And I need to turn down the stream because I'm echoing and it's throwing me off. All right. Got into a little tussle with Eshna and won. No big deal. It's fine. And I think we left off with a conversation of looking into the goddess Amora, or he and Pod might go looking for answers there. So we'll see where that leads. Speaking of it, my sibling, George.
Hi, I'm George. You can follow me in all the links that were over there a minute ago. I'm moving so fast that 60 FPS can't even keep up. This is just a really bad webcam today. That's fine. Yeah, I'm playing Pod, the soul knife something rogue grave cleric, and man, they're unhinged. That I'll leave it at that. For those of you who haven't seen this so far, just be prepared. Just be prepared for the things that might happen today. Pod just had a really weird dream, and also died 4 times last session, 2 sessions ago.
Yep.
So they're going through it.
When you finally have all your HP back, so that's good.
I finally have all my HP back, but I'll never have all of this back. That's for sure. Go ahead, Dorky.
Everyone, I'm that dorky cosplayer, and I play Levy, the human, quote unquote, monk. And yeah, I am very excited for this session. I don't want to hold it up any further. So you can find me on pretty much everything as that dorky cosplayer. You'll find me. It'll be great. Come hang out. And Ben.
Hi, my name is Ben Brainard. You can find me on the internet. I am playing Thylo Match, the Elf Order of Scribes Wizard. I finally got my hands on some interesting stuff, and it's Stonehead. I was planning at the end of last session to just not sleep until I figured out the head thing, but if the DM is telling us that we slept, then we slept.
No, I'm more than happy to give you a point of exhaustion, my friend. That's up to you.
I will take the point of exhaustion.
All right, you got a point of exhaustion. You want me to look up what that does to you?
I can look it up.
Okay.
It's not good.
It's not great. And if you surpass the 5 points of exhaustion, you just die. So That's
I
a
love
you
that
call.
we're starting this session off, everyone. Down Taylor and Tracy, who plays our lovely Eshna, and now with the point of exhaustion to the brains of the group. This is great. I love
mean,
this.
wouldn't like studying just be, light activity?
Not the way that I do it.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Oh
Not
man.
studying hard enough.
Just screaming.
All right.
Two books at once.
Yeah, just Pod.
Hello.
So you've been magically put to sleep.
It's not great now.
How long until you can wake up naturally?
It's just lasts a minute, so
Okay,
like he can
okay.
it's not holding him down or anything.
Okay. Good. Then he needs a wisdom save.
Oh, good. Yes, that's what I need.
As that minute wears off, he returns to this jarring, altering vision of a dream, pseudo-lucid. You are standing on this reflective surface. All around you are stars, and in this time, there's no giant statue of Amora with the reflection of a mist. Instead, you're basically, you know how condensation would drip through a reflective surface like a window or a glass. It's like that, but it's falling up, and it's very fast to the point where it's basically a river or a waterfall sensation. It's not pulling you away, but it feels like it's trying.
I rolled an 11.
Your mind rejects the sensation.
Okay, always rejection.
And you are not able to pull any useful information from it.
Oh.
And you
Even
so
if I had
desperately
succeeded,
want to.
I'd be so. No, there's no possible way. Anyway, continue.
Okay. You wake up, Anarian. You have already are you awake?
Is this like the 8 hours past?
Yes,
or
this is morning. Morning has come.
Probably.
Okay. You wake up and Pod looks like he has slept somewhat fitfully. You can smell sweetbread being baked in the city streets again. There's a festival going on. Whereas the vibe is not as crazy, the festival, the city of Furinor is kind of getting into its rhythm and everything's just very wholesome feeling, and high energy, but not like crazy anymore. Now everything's kind of in full swing, and things are starting to amp up because it is morning, a lot of people going out. You can see out your window ships coming and going.
Arian, you know what? I'm just gonna not tell you about my dreams anymore. I think I need a therapist.
That would probably help more than what I can do.
I just saying some shit, man. It's not good.
But if you do want to talk, I'm always here.
I don't think you believe me if I told you what I'll be saying anymore. It's okay. I'll have to think about it. What are we doing now?
I think we should go get some sweetbread because I'm hungry.
Ooh, well, that smells pretty good. Alright, that's a good plan. Let's do that.
Okay. Two of you begin making your way and getting ready to go out. Lavina, you wake up and you don't see Eshna. You can still see the unseen servant that she summoned, kind of tidying up the room and going about. You can't see the unseen servant, of course, but you can see the byproduct of the unseen servant. And as you kind of wake up, it presents you with a note.
Oh, thank you.
In Eshna's handwriting, going for a run. I'll catch up with you all later. I'm trusting you to stay safe. Stay safe. Go easy on the boys, please. You're going to break Thylo if you keep making him blush so hard. E.
She's gonna laugh and she'll, on the other side, she'll write her response and then give it back to the bear.
Okay.
And now, I'm assuming, does Eshna have to give direct orders for the bear to change?
So this is not a
Routine.
bear. This is actually an unseen servant. This is a invisible humanoid, basically butler.
Much better.
who is proficient with helping you with makeup and has done so before.
Perfect. I was gonna say, oh man, I hope I'm not on my own for this. He's gonna start getting ready.
Okay. You begin getting ready for your day. Kind of excited. There's no Eshna. This is a moment of trust, and then there's a moment of suspicion. You know, this is unlike her. But then, you know, it's also, hey, this is gonna be a nice day in the festival.
Oh, we can either make her live to regret this or not. We will see. We'll see how the day goes.
Nice. And you begin getting ready for your day. Thylo. You are you're so tired. And then you hear the chirp of birds and the footsteps outside, and you look over and there's sunlight, and you realize you have studied through the night.
I need to know about what I've learned about the head.
Okay, so from your studies of your father, there's not much information about the head. But you've also been at the same time studying about the ruin of the nearby garden ruins that the Church of Hraden holds holy. And you find some stuff out about that. As far as the head goes, you've determined that this is maybe... Oh, go ahead.
Identify.
You bastard. This was
I'm a wizard, Harry.
This was... okay, this... I have it written down. Let me make sure I'm saying this right. This is the head of a Goliath. An ancient lord belonging to the house known as Olkirk. This faction, indeed this individual who used to be the head of Olkirk, defected from House Rot, which is on the other side of the continent. It's a whole other country that your country, the lands of House Thorn, are currently in a cold war with. This individual named Aiden Oldkirk, instead of inciting a civil war, took his whole entire noble family, all the servants and serfs, and the gentry related to, basically all his entire group of people, and just in the night fled. There was battles, there was pursuit, there was a lot of death, and a lot of trials. As they didn't escape towards the lands of House Toil, they went through the mountains. There is a huge mountain range that dead center of this continent, and that is where the Goliaths and the orcs came from. They came down from the mountains into what is now their lands and pushed House Toil into the swamplands where they are now. This is the head of Aiden Olkirk.
Can you say one more time about the war part that was from the beginning?
Sure. Okay. House Rot, which is the opposing lords of the opposing continent, the other side of the continent. About 100 years ago, Cold War brewing. This House Olkirk, instead of inciting civil war amongst House Rot, the lands of House Rot, just up and fled into the mountains, and eventually came out of the mountains in the lands of House Thorn. And Olkirk is of the gentry of House Thorn. They are an established noble house in this region, and have been ever since they defected from House Rot. And Aiden Olkirk was the leader, was the head of this house in this time. Eventually, he died of old age. Supposedly. It is said he died old, happy in his sleep, having, in his eyes, saved his people from some horrible thing. He was very tight-lipped about what exactly. What do you do, Philo?
So I assume I learn all of it. Every time I touched the head, my cloak would whisper, "Danger, Will Robinson."
This is true.
But nothing. I didn't notice anything throughout the night, other than the head of my.
You've never been in physical danger.
Okay.
You haven't been having to make any wisdom saves or anything like that either.
Got it. Okay.
I'm hearing an ice cream truck outside. Okay.
Yeah, I own and operate an ice cream truck on Tuesday.
Jake, it's here.
Me,
Go.
Not me tempted to jump out my window to get ice cream.
Every time, man. Every time.
Except I remember ice cream trucks being like $1 or less, and now they'd be like, here's $5 for a thing this big. I'm like, oh, mind.
I do have the knee jerk. Exactly how much cash is in my wallet at this moment.
The candy cigarettes that I would get rebelliously because cigarettes were the devil. But we were the cool kids in the neighborhood with our candied cigarettes. Watch out.
Oh no, I gotta tell you this story super fast.
Okay.
We got one of those one time from the truck, and then took my grandma's cigarette box, put them inside that, and then like tried to pretend like we were sneaking, and like we grabbed a cigarette and put it in our mouth, and she like full on snatched it out, which we got in so much trouble. Even though it was a joke, we were in so much trouble.
There you go.
Okay, so the sun has come up. I believe just throughout the night, I also have got my unseen servant.
Okay.
Organizing the stuff in the bag of holding.
Yes, you now have a smaller book that it has written out of an index, and it has organized nicely everything within the bag of holding, and it probably won't stay that way, knowing you.
It's just, there's a lot of important books that are up front, and then the books that maybe are about other things like gardening are in the back in like a different section. So I don't have to dig too deep for the stuff that I want. I have bags under my eyes, and the head is kind of under my shoulder. And what really pulls me out of the stupor is my alarm spell stops.
Ah, okay. It wears off.
It doesn't get triggered or anything. I just said it when I first walked in there, and there was like a little click that went off when it was done, and I went, "What was that?" Oh no. It has been 8 hours straight. Oh no. And I start packing up all the stuff back into the bag of holding, and I kind of bust through the door. Everything's in the bag of holding. So I just have the bag of holding up under my arm, and I just kind of like bust through the door. My hair's all over the place. There are bags under my eyes. And I just walk up to the door where Inarian and Pod were sleeping.
Okay.
And I open it.
Oh, okay.
Not thinking anything. And I just go, "Panarian, Odd, and they're already gone." And I close the door, just mumbling, that's not how you say that. And I just kind of close the door and start like head down, walking towards like the main, and I just enter the main like
as you're walking down
lobby bar area.
The feast hall or whatever have you, the hearth room. As you're walking down, you're at the base of the stairs when the door opens up, and a ready for the day Lavina stands there.
Oh, good morning. You're here. How are you feeling?
I don't fully like look back up at her. Like I'm just banging the side of my head to get my eyes to go in the right direction.
No.
And I'm just like, "Hey, Ashna, long night." And I look up and I see it's you, and I go, "I'm fine. How are you?"
I'm okay. What do you mean by long night? Did you not sleep?
No. I did a lot of reading, which was nice. I could tell you a lot about all of the stuff that I read about. Like, there were just some mountains, and I got this head, and then there was a guy, and he was an old guy. He's an ancient guy, you know, and there's a lot of stuff going on there. And then there's some, like, he escaped in the mountains, and there was almost a civil war, and there's a lot of stuff that was...
As he's talking, she's just gonna be nodding with him and gently, like, take his arm to start guiding him towards where breakfast would be served.
Okay. The two of you come down the stairs. Pod and Anarian, you guys are kind of looking around, and you hear the rambling of Thylo come down the stairs, and the oh, okay, of Lavina, and you guys kind of look up, and the party comes together at the base of the stairs.
Oh, you guys look like you slept. That's good. Good morning.
Morning.
It's definitely a morning, yes.
Help yourself to some sweet bread. We got plenty.
Thank you. She's gonna happily sit down and take a piece.
Nice. All right, the day is before you.
Okay, before we do anything, and while I'm talking, I am just shoving sweet roll in my mouth. So like every third word is just not. And so before we really are on our day, there's some interesting stuff that I thought of in the book. I really
She's gonna start moving the sweet rolls very subtly further away, just like looking at him, and then her other hand is like.
One of the sweet rolls, just in an invisible hand, picks up the sweet roll and just brings it.
These are much like Hawaiian bread rolls if they were glazed with that Krispy Kreme honeydew glaze.
Oh my gosh.
But it also has those like crispy rice crunchies in them. If you know what I'm talking about. You know those chocolates that are called, I think, Rice Crisps or something like that? And they got those little bits of like crunchy bits, almost like rice. It's kind of like that.
You're making me hungry.
Thank you.
Okay, the next bite I take, I just kind of stop talking to you guys and go, oh my god, these are so good. And I look at...
That's why I came to the festival. Just for these.
Pod, you've never
That's so
experienced this
smart. You're so smart. And I hand one to Pod, and I go, can you make these?
Pod is being very professional about the eye of the food. Like they're taking like every angle of it. Like they've already kind of like cut one of them open, and is like looking into it, and just really taking their time with it. But like the other one was handed over to them. They just kind of look at it like.
So it's just bread with some glaze on it.
You can't forget the rice bits in the middle. That's like gives that crunch.
Oh right, yeah, it's one of them. Yeah, probably it should be that hard, yeah.
Pod, you can make these.
I think so, yeah.
I hand
My
one
love
up
for
to,
you just went up 10 times.
Oh. Oh,
I hand one up to
Thank you.
the mouth area of my book ghost. And
Oh.
I go, you gotta try one of these, and I just drop it, and it just like falls to the floor.
You got like honey on the floor now.
aw.
And I don't pay attention.
The ghost just like
Levy's just motioning to Pod like, don't say anything. Leave it alone. Leave it.
Okay.
And Narn are
look,
both
I-
looking at the sadly wasted sweet. Oh.
And I slam my book down on the table open, and I go, I read some stuff and some things, and I know a lot more things about stuff.
Is that what you always do?
And I just kind of like flop down in the seat again, and I go, I'm tired. But we have stuff to do. I think we need to figure out.
Can we have some coffee over here, please?
Hobby goes, yes, right away. Coffee! And he comes over with some creamer, and then a little bit later, small little espresso glasses are put out, and it's bitter. it's strong.
Levy gives her espresso. Well, no, she won't. She's gonna drink it. Probably straight, actually. She just like.
Okay. Bitter.
And slides his over to Thyla. You probably use this more than me.
I pick it up and I go, I've never had this before. My dad said it would be bad for me.
Oh, whoa.
Drink it fast. It tastes gross.
Oh,
It'll help you. It'll wake you up.
Or douse it in creamer if you do not like bitter things. It is bitter.
Coffee's
How
good
bad?
for you. Keeps you on your feet.
That is true, good sir. And you should
How bad
have some.
could it be? And I take a sip. And I snap my fingers and cast prestidigitation on it.
I don't think that does anything to it.
You can change the taste of something.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, okay.
So funny.
Cool.
And so now it tastes like, I don't know, chocolate and milk.
Okay.
And I drink it all. And I go, that is pretty good after you do a thing to it.
Pod has seen this in the past. He's seen Thylo do this in the past, and Pod just like gets real upset.
I will say that is very impressive.
Keeps their mouth shut, just like glares at you. Like,
Levy's passive perception is way too low that she would not have connected the fact that that was a spell that was used, and she is actually genuinely impressed that he just downed both of those seemingly without flinching.
I notice how impressed she is, and I look at the guy and I go, another cup of that stuff.
All right, that causes him to take a close look at you.
Oh please, he's just really tired. He didn't sleep
He
too
kind
good.
of looks at you, kind of looks you up and down, notes that you're pretty tall, got kind of a paler orange skin about you, and does not notice your elf ears that you've got kind of hidden and tucked away with various mechanisms, and kind of goes,
I don't think you need any more, lad. It's like alcohol. After a certain amount, it's just not a good time. You're kind of a wiry folk. You're kind of thinner. You know, it's probably good. It's probably enough.
All right, I kind of like side eye to see if Levy looks disappointed in the answer.
She kind of looks like, yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's probably for the
And I
best.
just, okay,
Hobby-
all right, maybe you're right. Okay.
Anarian, you do note that Hobby is kind of... He hasn't put anything together, but you do note that he's kind of taken a notice of Thylo and kind of in a curious, trying to piece together exactly what's going on with him.
someone's gonna die. All right, here we go.
What's there to piece together? He's a person. What's his problem? All right.
For the chat, there are no elves around here. They are scary, and they are their own country to the northeast.
Yeah.
By all means, sir, don't let us keep you. I'm sure you've got other patrons to see too.
Right. Thank you. If you go, I need you to turn your keys in, unless you're planning on staying another night.
Are we?
Ooh.
I wasn't planning on it.
I mean, I can just make a hut outside compared to the room I was just in, so I just flick my key back.
Yeah, I am just flipping through pages and the key just comes out of my pocket. No one, like, just invisible hand grabbing the key and like floating it to the guy, and I am not paying attention to him anymore.
He is paying more and more attention to you, however. He takes the key, and he walks away. Oh, well,
Okay.
Real quick, is like outward shows of magic not usual?
nope. He's just, this is an interesting person. I'm not really sure what's going on here. Oh, he's also magic. you know, just kind of like continuing to catch his eye.
And he's orange. Orangey.
Really tall and skinny.
Yeah, kind of elf-like.
It becomes very apparent when the first like decision has to be made that might have a consequence that Levy is very uncertain, and she's very confident normally because Eshna is her brain. She is the one who does the thinking, and now she's having to make a decision like, what if they can't get a room again? Like, those are all her thoughts that start going, but she's like, yeah, here you go.
He takes it.
Thank you kindly.
And Pod never had a key.
Oh.
He gave it to Anarian.
Oh, okay, team. There's some stuff that we learned last night when me and Arian were going to the church to get our stuff. I just need to get more information about. Somebody said that during the jousting tournament, one of the guys got ran through, but then he stood back up and he healed himself, and then all was fine, and that's a little bit bizarre. So did anybody meet anybody from the jousting competition that maybe we could talk to?
Oh, actually, Eshna, Pod, and myself did. We met two lovely gentlemen by the name of... One was...
You want me to tell you?
No, I haven't,
Okay.
but I can't say the second name. One was Brayler, and the other was insert name here.
Uniri.
Oh,
You guys
right,
met
right,
two-
right. Yeah. Those two.
You guys met two men.
Oh no.
Yes, they actually... Some people that I played a knife game with, they decided to steal my belongings, so... He was actually... Brayler was the one who was able to get my stuff back.
Now, you know, Philo, that House Thorn is deeply entrenched in the various wizard colleges. All of the nobility are tightly interlocked with all of the wizard colleges and are very much their patrons and supporters. House Thorn is the most powerful house in this land.
Would I recognize Braylor and Uniri,
Make a history
their
check.
names?
It would be
That's a
Brayler
disadvantage.
Thorn.
Didn't they meet
technically, right?
briefly last session?
No.
Because something happened and Thylo asked
Oh,
if
he
they
saw
noticed.
him. Yeah.
That's
Because they
right.
they
No,
met briefly.
I asked Meta whether or not I would have noticed him, and then it was no, we didn't notice.
Oh,
Okay.
17 on my history check at disadvantage.
Okay. Wow. Braylor is the son of Marchthorn. Marchthorn is one of the most powerful members of House Thorn and is directly responsible for your own wizard college's existence.
I'm sorry, did you say Braylor?
I do believe that was his name, yes.
That wouldn't happen to be like Braylor Thorn.
Oh, yes, I do believe that was his last name.
And I just fucking flop back down in my seat. You know, like, if he's still around, maybe you could ask him some questions about the jousting competition.
DM, he did say there was going to be another...
Yes, the
Session,
tournament has
right?
begun with Braylor currently champion. Currently making got it with the best shot towards champion.
Actually, I think Eshna and I were going to go to another... What would you call that? Game? Show?
Tourney.
Tourney?
Tournament, yeah.
Event, yeah. There's going to be another event that he mentioned he'd be in, so Eshna and I were going to go watch, but... I mean, I guess I can still go. Poor Unuri will be very disappointed, though. He had quite a thing for Eshna.
Yeah, you should go watch Braylor in the tournament.
Would
So you
either
can
of
get
you
some
guys want to
information
come?
from him.
What time does it start?
About noon.
And what
you've got-
time is it about now?
It's about 8 a.m., so you've got some time. You could fast forward to it if you want to, and grab like quote unquote better seats. The earlier you get there, the better seats you'll get. It is a gold to get in.
Well, Pod and I have something we need to take care of before, but if we can get back in time, I don't see why not.
Yeah, this is all really interesting and all, but we gotta make sure that we have time to do it. And
Pod's like, while this whole conversation is happening, they've taken the butter knife or whatever the utensil was given to them, and they're just messing around under the table, like drawing stuff, like something,
Carving things into the...
carving various thieves' cant things into the bottom of the table. Just
Ooh,
they gotta.
Okay, Thylo?
Thylo vehemently does not want to go. The coffee has not kicked in yet, and I have just slammed my head down onto the open book on the table.
Alright, be careful.
Causing one of the...
What's your tape?
things
Is
on
the
my
table
ear-
gonna break?
He
Yeah.
says,
Oh.
"Be careful," and then he sees Pod and goes, "Oi!" Again, orc. and he kind of grabs a hold of your shoulder a little bit, kind of shaking you.
What are you doing defacing my property? Hey, what are you doing?
Fish, thank
What
you so
you
much for the gifted subs.
I wasn't doing anything. I don't know what you talking about.
I see what you're doing. Stop it.
I pick my head up, and I see it, and I, like, snap my fingers and cast Mending on the table.
It's under the table. It's under the table.
He casts mending.
But still,
Yeah.
And he goes. He kind of looms over Thylo,
You watch this one.
pointing at
Oh,
Pod.
well, I realize as I picked my head up, when I had slammed it down on the table, the ear thing that was covering my elf ear, one of them fell off. And so it's just sitting in the open book on the table.
good. I'm gonna use this distraction.
I don't think Levy would notice.
With a
that.
7, he doesn't actually notice.
With a passive perception of 16, does an Arya notice?
Yes. Because you still got the hood up.
All right, I'm gonna stand up like abruptly and draw attention away from the table and the book.
Thinking you're kind of like
My
trying to
humblest
counter
apologies, my good man.
Oh.
This is my brother. I will take full responsibility. Anything that gets damaged will be repaired or paid for.
Right.
Yeah,
And
not to
during
fear.
this time,
Good.
while he's doing that, Levy's gonna go, you know what, we really should get going. The festivities have already begun, Philo. And she closes his book, takes it, links arms with him, and starts heading towards where the restrooms are.
Okay.
Because where all that sweet bread's not going to eat itself.
The orc grumbling hobby rumbles away. People kind of having to move to get out of his way.
Philo, you gotta be more careful.
What are you talking about?
See, this is why spares were made. But you lost something and it's inside.
Oh no. I'm gonna take it and get the ear out and put it back on.
And Arya, just to be sure, is going to mend the entire top surface of the table.
It is in
So it
mint
looks-
condition now.
So it looks better than any of the others.
It does. It stands out a little.
Okay. We
should go.
If you're gonna be by yourself, you gotta be more careful. You wait in the bathroom, lock the door. I will knock 3 times, and then you let me in. I'm gonna help you. And she's gonna go back to the table.
Okay.
Okay, so where are you guys gonna go? What is the general agenda?
During that whole confusion, Pod had like taken a marble that was wrapped in, I don't know, copper wire of some kind, and kind of shoved it into one of the bricks on the side of the building, like
Okay.
like on the walls or whatever.
Okay.
Just kind of, it almost like shifts like on purpose, as if it was like a hiding spot, and just
Little
kind of
nook.
pops it there, and slides it in.
Okay.
Continuing my job,
Okay. Okay.
and then Levy comes back.
Because I'm gonna help Thylo freshen up and, freshen up a bit. And he might
He
want
looks
to join
fine.
you
What
guys.
are you talking about?
Anarian,
Shouldn't he have done that before he came down to eat?
I
I don't
can't
remember. Do we know that Thylo's an elf?
I believe
yes,
so,
he
yes.
told us.
Okay.
I believe there was a
okay.
conversation had on the beach.
Okay, I
Yeah.
can remember. I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
I
like lean over. I'm just gonna whisper it in his ear, like his ear fell off. He's got to take care of his ear.
Oh. Right. Right.
And just not hiding it, but just like does the like as he's talking.
It's the ear thing, right? Like he's gotta make sure that this no
Grabs
one can
his
see
hands
that.
and holds them. We don't want to draw too much attention to that particular detail, Pod. So, where are you guys gonna go? Because I think I'm the only one going to the jousting, so I'm pretty sure Thylo will want to join you. So after I freshen him up, I can tell him where you guys go.
We gotta go talk to a church first.
Which church?
Ours.
Like I said, which church?
The one we go to?
Anarian? Which one?
The Church of Amiss.
Ah, that one. Yes, I will tell him that you guys are going to the Church of Beyond and send him on your way.
But if we can make it back in time, I'd love to watch the jousting.
Oh, then I will save some seats for everybody.
I'm pretty sure we told you that already. You must have missed it.
It takes like a solid 2 or 3 seconds before she goes, aha, it's a pun! I got it!
I did it! I made a joke! Anora, be proud of me!
That was very good.
It's very good.
Okay, I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna help with also his, since he's coloring, I'm gonna help with that a smidge. So just, you might not see him as he is now when he comes to find you.
Oh. Right. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, alright,
Oh,
I'm used
yeah.
to disguises, yeah?
All right.
Okay, you
Oh,
guys be safe.
you might not see me the way I'm used to be seen when next time you see me.
Pod, should we have a secret code word?
Yeah, actually, that's probably pretty spot, actually.
Really? Okay. What about sweet buns?
Oh, like the thing you wanted me to make?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Sweet buns it is. I'll make sure to call. I'll make sure to use the word sweet buns as often as possible, so you know it's me.
Perfect. Okay. Okay then. Okay, everything's going okay. You guys be safe. I'm gonna go back. Hopefully he didn't leave. Okay. Yeah.
All right.
All right. Okay. Bye.
3 knocks. Very precise knocks.
Dong, dong, dong.
There's no answer. No answer.
Milo? Oh. She's gonna slowly start to open the door. Excuse me, is anyone occupying this one?
And you open the door to find Thylo sitting on the floor, kind of hunched over in the elf-like sleeping state that they go into.
Okay. Not enough time for a short rest, unfortunately, but
Oh, no, I know.
okay.
Well,
And also, this coffee is not going to let me do it anyway.
I would say the coffee's kicking in, actually. And so you're sitting there and you're like, wow, I can't meditate. I can't do the trance right now. I am woke.
she's gonna close and lock the door, and kneeling down, she's gonna go, hey, 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 and just gently tap his face. Are you okay?
My pupils have just fully dilated from the coffee. And I go, I'm okay, but I really need you to get out of the bathroom right now.
Did you want help
Coffee.
with?
Nope, I think I can do this one alone.
Oh, okay then. I guess I'll head to the jousting. Or did you want to come? And as she's saying this, she's making her way to the door.
Yeah, no, I'm up and I'm pushing you out the door.
Oh, okay. and she's out.
Okay. Thilo, you close the door.
And I take just a coffee shit.
Yep. All right. What's everyone else doing? Pod and Anarian.
We're going to church.
All right. Let's have Lavina real quick roll a D100 for me.
Oh no.
As she strikes out into the city alone, and Pod and Anarian part ways with her, heading towards the actual headquarters, I assume, of the Church of Amiss.
Natural.
110 or 100? Do I just roll the one?
Is it what's the dice look like? Is it 0, 0, and 1?
It's just a 1 and a 0.
So a D100 is 2 different dice.
That's why I said this one is 1 0,
Okay.
and then the other is a 1.
Okay, so you got an 11.
11.
You got an 11.
Oh, that's great.
Okay. Write that down real quick.
No.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
Pod and Anarian. The two of you make your way down.
I would say at some point before reaching that location, Pod shapeshifts into what appears to be the shortest, medium-sized Harangon.
Okay. You find yourself down by the docks, and after following a couple of symbols, Pod and Anarian, you've never been to this specific headquarters before of the church. You see to call it a drain pipe would be incorrect. It is a massive pipeline, kind of, that is accessed by the docks. You kind of go down the docks and kind of go around the side of the town, alongside, kind of out into the open water a little bit along the side, and then kind of a cliff rises up as the beach kind of wears away, and you see this grated kind of mesh steel covering over the pipe, and you can see a little like the stains of where the trickles of water used to come out, but it seems dry. There is one individual, a halfling, just with his feet up, sitting on a stool, smoking a pipe, reading a book. And he looks up. Howdy.
Howdy.
And in Thieves' Cant, well, what he says in common is, "What brings you around these parts? This is a little out of the way." And then says, essentially, "Do you know the passwords?" Which you do. Both of you. You're muted, Jake.
I'll say the password.
Okay.
Yeah, we're just, is there no shelter for the widow's son?
There is always shelter for the widow's son. And he kind of looks back and calls down, "Shelter to be found." And you hear a mechanism, and then the door unlocks to the in the grated lining, and he goes, "Blessings. May the Trinity watch over you."
Live long and prosper.
All right. You make your.
And also with you.
The two of you kind of climb in and move down the pipeway. You hear it lock behind you. Eventually, once you get down far enough, pretty hard to see. You can see a light, and all of these beautiful, almost graffiti-like paintings, completely around the inside of this pipe, almost tribal kind of interlocking and of various scripture writings of the Church of Amiss, specifically repel. So that means that this place is old. This was likely established before the three churches realized that it was a trinity and that it was one being. That three different churches were worshiping and they unified over. Following the flowing interlocking script, you find the very center of the passage of the Holy Tomes, and there is a small unpainted section that's kind of forming of a doorway, and you kind of push on it and it kind of slides to the side, and bright light, you find yourself in a chapel. Stepping in, many glowing, floating lamps, kind of those paper lamps, kind of just almost like a flock of jellyfish, kind of just floating about the room on the upper areas. And as far as a statue goes, two hands, two massive stone arms kind of taking up the entirety of the sides of this chapel, and they're held up as if to push away or to hold. And this lizard folk kind of has this incense that she is kind of got swaying, and she's praying, and she hears the entrance, and she finishes up. She gently hangs it on a hook. You've probably ankle deep in this incense mist. And she kind of looks up and walks towards you, making a small trail in wake of this mist. Very pungent, very spicy.
Greetings. How may I assist you in this time?
What do you say, brother? Further away, something.
I am Rebecca.
Oh, hello. I'm Pod. They'll change back into their similar form as an RN. I don't know how many changelings are there in the church.
In the church specifically, pretty much
It's
just
working for him.
pretty much just your family.
Okay, so would I be known as the changeling?
Maybe your family is known. I would say it's safe to say that your family is known to the higher ups, but otherwise, you would just be a family of no particular showing that you are changelings, but the higher ups and the people who are in charge would very much be aware.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Just looking for like a little bit of credibility as to who we are.
Yeah, and I would say that because due to her reaction of being relatively unfazed, maybe a bit of interest, she would that you did establish some credibility in that moment.
Right, hello. Sorry to bother you on a wonderful festive day like this, but we just came because well, we're not really working right now, but we wanted to try and get some what's the term? Maybe a little bit of extended leave for a little while, unless there was something of importance along our way. Maybe we could sit down and talk about what we have. We got some plans for some people that we think might be of importance to you, and we'd like to help them. So if we could do that, that would be great. Thank you. Larry, did that make sense?
I think so.
It didn't to your dungeon master. Your
Yes,
dungeon master heard the "I want leave," and then it was just a bunch.
There's a lot. There's
Yeah,
lot
a
of
little bit. Something about
my
if you can
sibling is
help along
trying to
the
say
way. Okay.
is we're currently on a leave of absence, and we'd like to have an extension because we've met some people who we think need our help and the guidance of Miss along their journey, and we would like to take an extension to extend the help to them.
Roll persuasion at advantage.
Yeah, right. That's what I was saying. Yes, right.
Dear child, you seem heavy.
I just get stressed when I'm talking to people.
Come, child. And she kind of just takes your hand and kind of leads you forward, and Anarian's, and she kind of brings you to the front and kind of nestles you down and casts blessing over the two of you, and has you and does this thing where she takes the incense and breathes onto you, Pod. Make a wisdom check. Not a save. Lizards at the center of the planet. Oh no.
It's 11.
11, you are reminded of home and rituals that you have grown up with, and you feel a sense of calming. It's also chemically induced.
Murder.
What'd you get, Anari?
13.
13. She finishes and then gives you a genuine little ruffle of the hair.
I'm far too tall to give a ruffle of the hair.
You, sorry, Pod.
Oh, I was like,
Before kind of coming and then and kneeling down, in front of the two of you, and you watch as the incense seems to pool around her and kind of wispily, almost like magnetically drawn to her. And now when she talks, that incense kind of is pouring out of her, causing an odd, almost deeper connotation to her voice. Do you believe that your path is in concordance with that of Amiss? It's not a loaded question. She's basically asking you if this is the right path to take, in your opinion.
And remind me, Miss is a repel,
Stagnate
stagnate,
and
forget.
forget.
She asks Anarian.
Oh, right. Okay. Good.
he's like kind of notably ponders for a minute. I believe it is.
Then go in peace. You have my blessing.
Thank you.
Is there anything else I can do? It wears off. Is there anything else I can do for you, children?
Ask her about the thing. Ask her about the people.
What?
The thing, the people. You know, the people, the church, the people were problems. What is it? The Stormfather people. They're all freaking out.
Do you want to do a mind link and like, or are you trying to be like secretive with your question? Because I don't.
Not really. I mean, Pod is just being
This
very
would be a lot better if I remembered
You're talking about
everything
Karen,
from
right?
last season.
Oh,
Or last
No.
session.
this is
No.
the
Karen?
Church of the Stormfather is freaking out about something.
Mhm. They're sending inquisitors everywhere, and we don't understand.
Oh,
what's
right.
going on.
Okay. I was just sorry. I was just like, I have no idea what you're talking about. But Anarian would know because he was there.
In your
But I-
defense, I have packed in so much stuff going on, so you're good. Like yeah.
What is this woman's title?
That's a great question.
Dark. High echelon. I don't know.
No, she is
The bishop.
no. She's not so important as that.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry, I know I'm taking a while on this. You can call her the Hand.
We did have a question about. There seems to be a lot of activity from the Inquisitors of the Stormfather. Have you heard anything about what has caused them to be in such an uproar?
because she is aware of who y'all are and aware that your family works in Cairn. I'll do this in character. What am I doing? I say this only because I know the two of you are from Cairn and have a vital function, your family, within the church. The Stormfather has left.
I'm sorry. Left?
The words they use is left. The words others are using is dead. Which, of course, is preposterous. Your city, which has ever been covered in clouds, overcast, is becoming bleached in sunlight for the first time in recorded history. The High Monarch of the Stormfather passed, and with him, seemingly, the Stormfather himself. It is said that the blessing of the Stormfather no longer rests on Cairn.
So they're just trying to find where his new resting place is then?
I'm not sure. I think I don't have a lot of the context or information, mind you. I think it might be punishment. Something has displeased the Stormfather to such a gravitude that he has appeared to abandon his people.
That's not good. Why would he do that?
I know not. I only know the incident of the same day the High Monarch passed on. They have appointed the new High Monarch, and supposedly there is some contention with his promotion.
Was that foul play, or was it...
I don't know. There are 6 monarchs to the Stormfather, and 1 High Monarch. When he passed, one of the 6 rose to power.
I don't understand. What is this? What does this have to do with us?
I know not.
That Miss hasn't told us anything. No other churches have had any. Have we been lacking the information? Have we not posted this info? Have we not?
The magic of the paladins and the clerics still holds strong, which is why they believe the impossibility remains impossible. The Stormfather cannot die, has not passed, but something definitely has changed.
Do you think it will affect us at some point?
Yes. I know
Well,
not
how does-
how or what the shape of this would look like.
I don't like that.
It's disturbing for sure. It resulted in riots and deep-seated fear of the people of Cairn. And the churches had to restore order.
Like, do you think maybe this might be an opportunity for us? Because like the Stormfather and the church, they're really, he's like the most, don't quote me on this, but most powerful of the churches in the area. Do you think if we were to offer help in figuring out this change for them, that we might be able to get some influence gained?
Indeed, there is always opportunity in a vacuum. But
a change this sudden and this drastic is dangerous.
Well, that's why you have me in the first place.
This is true, child.
Well, all right. Well, tell you what, you give us this leave to help out this friend, and I think maybe not that it has anything to do with what's going on with the Stormfather, but it seems pretty important to him, and he's kind of my best friend, so I'm gonna really help him whether you say yes or not. But it'd be great to have your blessing, so we're gonna do that, and maybe in the process we figure out this, we dive into this change with the Stormfather thing, and maybe we can help out the Inquisitors and get some of that influence to us.
That would be good.
And Arian, what do you think?
I think that sounds fine. He's just amused because we already had the blessing, and he just did that whole spiel of the one. He just like, yes, let's just go.
All right, I'm gonna get changed first, though.
If the two of you have any spare time, feel free to return to me. There is a few things that I could use your gifts for. Further our common goals.
If we don't die.
If you don't die.
Well, that's not entirely true. I've already died 4 times the other day. So like.
I'm sorry?
Yeah. There was a bit of a scuffle. I mean, everything's fine. I'm fine now. But there was different. There was one of the people in the Church of Death. They were not happy with me. But I'm here. I got out, and everything's fine. I just had to burn one of my contacts, but it's not related to us.
Interesting.
We'll be sure to check in once we're back, because we're surely not going to die, because I'll be there. So, let's go.
Okay, bye.
The blessings of Amiss upon you. And the two of you, with kind of a lightheaded headspace from all of the incense, find your way back out into the tunnel.
Fast travel to the stadium to watch the thing.
I'll change into something elaborate, and I'll figure that out during the break, and I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. Okay. Lavina.
Can we go on break here?
Yeah.
Break?
Yeah, we can go on break. Let's
I
go to
feel like
break.
it's a good time.
All right. We'll be right back, chat. And for everybody who is asking about the commercials, those are automatically run. I did not intentionally interrupt Pod. All right. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We return.
We got a countdown. It was great.
I should just start having you do the countdowns for me.
No, I like the way you start it off and I finish it. Like, keeps me on track.
Just gotta get Jeff to drop a die.
Yeah, we've met every other criteria.
My camera blurred. Jake spoke without unmuting himself. Now you just have to drop your die. It'll be great.
You finish my countdown for me.
There we go. You're just slacking on the dropping of dice right now.
I'll see what I can do. Lavina.
Yes.
You make your way through the city, moving about, and you find yourself in the kind of football-shaped Coliseum. Very oval, very two long rows of seating, stone, on the kind of hill overlooking the main road and the port. And you can see all the way down to the massive bridge that's been completed. And you can see the bridge kind of going over the horizon from there. It's kind of perfectly placed to kind of nail that aesthetic. thousands of ribbons and flags of various house names are strewn about, beautifully woven into the decor. And of course, this is a jousting tournament, so you have that center bar of wood down the middle where the two horses run alongside as the knights joust. You walk in, you kind of step through, and this older gentleman goes,
Greetings. Are you wishing to purchase a ticket early?
Oh, yes. I was actually invited by Brainard Thorn, and he told me to make my way over here. I was wondering if you could, if maybe he saved me a ticket, or if you could get word to him that I'm here.
Yes, of course.
and he goes, Emerson, and this younger squire runs up.
Your lord has invited this fine lady. What was your name, dear?
Oh, Levy.
Levy. Inform Lord Braylord that Levy is here.
Right away. And Emerson kind of looks over at you, and just kind of full runs off. There are some on the two sides at the center bottom of the seating. There's kind of these ramps going down into the earth, and you see him run down one of them.
Wow, he's a fast little one, isn't he?
He is. He's quite eager. He's a young thorn himself.
Oh, really?
Yes, he is squiring under Lord Braylor at this time. He's
So
quite
I
new.
must ask, is
Yes.
there any special merchandise for Braylor or for, gosh, Unari?
Woonire.
I
Wooniri.
say it correctly.
Woon ear e.
Thank you, Wooniri. There you go.
Well, the colors and embroidery of House Thorn are very much electric blue and gold. So if you would like to ascertain some of those ribbons and the like, you can find them all over. There are various bouquets that you can find throughout the event, throughout this festival. I wasn't ready for this question, as you can tell. And those are for sale as well. Would you like one of us he's giving you special treatment now. He's like, assuming that it checks out, that you are who you say you are, which you are. Would you like us to find you a floral crown or some of the like?
Oh, that
Or
would be
corsage.
amazing!
Of course. And he
grabs somebody, and you have a moment to yourself, actually.
Is there... When you say a moment, how long is this moment?
It's ongoing.
Would I assume?
What do you
would I
do
assume?
in this moment?
This magic moment.
You don't know.
While she waits, she might find like a slightly clearish area, and assuming if there's music going on, like just general festivity music,
Sure.
she might just kind of start dancing.
Okay,
Just-
roll a performance for me.
Because she's waiting, might as well.
Yeah.
Oh no, this one doesn't fit down the tower! There we go.
Get in there.
I don't know if that's gonna be very good.
You have a pretty high performance.
A total of 16?
Yeah, that's great.
Okay. I was like, all right, I don't know how high you're making this.
That's fantastic. Well, it's not so much a it's just how you do. More
Okay.
of a it's not you just automatically fail if you don't cross a certain threshold. It's just how your performance goes.
Great.
And as you kind of finish up, as the song kind of the distant music from one of the nearby caravans finishes up, you kind of look over, and you can see that Lord Braylor has emerged and just kind of stopped and looked at you. And as you finish up, he goes, "That was quite good. Wow, you are amazing." As he approaches.
Thank Thank you. I did not actually expect you to be coming yourself.
Of course. I've actually brought you a gift. If that's
you now?
not incredibly forward of me, I hope you don't read too much into it.
I love gifts.
Excellent. And he
Totally
kind of
fine.
raises his hand, and his squire comes out, and he has these bracers with him. And he goes, I couldn't help but notice, my dear, that you don't wear armor. Maybe you'd prefer not to. And so last night I might have awoken one of my lore smiths and had him weave something together for you. I hope that's not terribly forward. He kind of looks nervous.
It's incredibly kind of you.
Yes, and he kind of takes them and hands them to you. These are bracers of unarmored defense.
She's gonna look them over, like truly pure, like being totally honest, like very surprised and very intrigued by them, because he doesn't know that she's a monk, and yet he has somehow found the perfect like thing for her. He didn't give her a giant shield or a giant piece of armor that she just wouldn't be able to use, and she just admires them and slowly slips them on. It was like, I'm truly at a loss for words, Lord Brayler. This is so incredibly kind. Thank you.
Think nothing of it. I simply would hate to see you harmed.
I can't think nothing of it. Thank you. And she's gonna wrap her arms around him and give him a hug. Even though that might be like very no to lords, but she's like not. She doesn't know that stuff.
And you see the older gentleman who was helping earlier kind of like and he kind of awkwardly gives you a quick hug back.
It all goes over her head because she's just excited. She's like like doing practice punches in the air, making sure it's clear, of course. She's not just gonna go punch somebody.
The squire's like, so bang! Folded.
Oh my gosh! These are awesome! Thank you!
You're most welcome. And frankly, I just commanded it to happen. It was very much the work of my loresmiths.
Well, you'll have to bestow upon them my thanks.
I will convey that.
So what happens now? Are you practicing? Are you getting ready? What's the tradition? I've never been to one of these.
It's embarrassing. Would you like to come down and meet the horse?
Can I?
Yes. Of course.
Yes.
And
of course.
And he kind of takes your arm and leads you down into the pit. The squire kind of following behind, who hands you a circlet of actually thorny roses, woven and shapen so that the thorns aren't into your skin.
Oh, okay.
But very much so roses of both gold and this bright blue. They are clearly magical or magically crafted. This is not a natural occurring color.
Okay.
And he brings you down, and you can see all of these various knights with their retinue moving about and preparing. And Ben, I can't, dude. Ben is cranky about this, or Thylo is. And you walk past many different knights of various houses. Pointedly, you see Olkirk, which are mostly Goliaths. They are probably the most present. There's a lot of them, and they are these Goliaths who, instead of riding horses, they ride these like boar steeds, these bristlebacks, who are clearly very tamed, or broken in would be a better term. And you can see one of them just like giving belly rubs to him, and the bristleback just like just rolling around in the dust, kicking up a plume. And you can see various kind of boxes, like small areas of like almost tents, but it's underground, so it's more individual boxes and stuff like that with curtains drawn over. You see 3 triplets, or just a set of triplets, all with these golden leaf plated armor. These 3 women step out. These are the Knights of Sirom.
Spell that for me. Sigromn.
These were the ones that were said to have given Lord Braylor the most trouble. Yeah. And they have almost a... I don't want to say samurai, but they have this very traditional martial culture that is known. And the 3 of them stand very poised, and they're kind of, and one of them's kind of watching the 2 of you. You can see through the slits in the plate mail.
She'll dip her head to them, just respectfully.
They don't acknowledge you, or at least the one that is looking at you, just kind of watching you at the corner of the eye. You've got the Reichs. RYX, who are very furs and martial and kind of Russian in kind of aesthetic. And of course you have Thorn, which is probably the most extravagant. And then in one kind of smallish corner, you have a smaller one with the name Fold. And as the 2 of you are kind of chit-chatting and walking, and he's kind of pointing out various things, this little portly halfling kind of steps out and goes, "My lord!" and kind of older, maybe not bald but thinning hair that he has clearly been unwilling to cut, as it's kind of long and kind of in the over the back, and he kind of waddles forward and goes, "Levy, allow me to introduce you to Lord Marinfold."
Oh, well, that was Dorky responding, obviously.
He goes, "How do you do? And it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance." And he bows low.
Oh, well, hello, Lord Marin. It is a pleasure to meet you. And she does a proper curtsy.
And he,
without a dress, but
yeah. "I'm at your service. My lord, have there been any problems or anything with your horses?" And he goes, "No, they've been quite civil, actually. I might keep mine." "Oh, that's brilliant. That is so good to hear. If there's anything else, of course, I am happy to assist and provide." And Braylor looks over you and goes, "Marin here has been the one who has been helping us all with getting steeds for the various joustings. This shindig has much been out of his pocket."
wow, well, it has been a huge success from what I hear, and I admire you greatly for knowing enough about horses to be able to pair them so appropriately.
You see, make an insight check real quick for me.
Oh, great.
Yeah, Marin.
That should be good, but I think my insight is gonna knock that out.
Oh no.
Oh no, my insight's fine.
Oh,
Okay,
heck yeah.
17.
17. There's a tightening that is very hidden under the eyes. And the thing that initiates that kind of insight check is he has 2 horsehair kind of bracelets around each wrist, and he kind of scratches at one of them kind of subconsciously, and there's a slight tightening, and then he goes, I'm happy to help in any way I can. Frankly, this has been quite the event. If it weren't for all of the amazing people who have come to rally under my call, it would not be what it is today. It is a victory for everyone, I'm sure. And frankly, a fantastic opportunity to show that the churches and the nobility and the gentry can all work together. And Braylor goes, oh, Marin, you are quite the humorous one. Yes, we are all arm in arm. He goes, yes, well, I must continue onwards. Apparently these bristlebacks are scaring the horses, so I must continue onwards, but welcome. I'm so glad to hear that you're enjoying the festivities. It was nice to meet you, my lord. And he bows again and kind of waddles on his hurried way.
I will ask, at what point specifically did he tense up? Was it at the mention of the success of the event or the mention of the horses?
The mention of the horses.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify.
Kind of a subconscious tick that you saw.
Yeah. Okay.
And he continues onward. Braylor brings you to his horse, and he goes, I haven't yet named him, but I think I love him. And the horse, this regal chestnut, this deep brown, kind of leans over and kind of nuzzles Braylor, kind of looking at you sideways, with the one eye sideways, kind of watching you.
She is keeping, as soon as they got to the horses and like kind of stopped, she kind of like, as in a very subtle way, I can't describe it because I'm not smooth like this, but she like kind of moves enough away to, if she needed to like sprint away, she was gonna, like far enough from the horse.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And not necessarily from him, she'd probably be kind of more towards him, but behind him would be my imagination. Wow. And he's done you well so far, you mentioned.
Yes, he has been bred quite efficiently. Marin has a way with horses. I'm to understand that he used to be a druid.
Used to?
Yes, he's not anymore, from my understanding. I don't know much about it.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Indeed, he's more of a businessman. He eventually became wealthy enough to purchase his lordship and establish lands through the buying and selling of horses. You would know this. Horses are new to this land. At last campaign, there was a whole moment where the party who came from an entirely different continent. I have that backwards. I'm sorry. I apologize. Horses are not new to this land, but he has capitalized and frankly owns every trustworthy establishment that breeds and sells horses. I got my campaigns mixed up for a second there. Bad Jeff. He has made quite a living off of this. Something between the old Endeavor and their firearms, which are now all about this region, and our horses, having them shipped off. And he's made I don't know the story of it, but he's made quite a killing.
Wow. You gotta always admire a man with a plan. Do you plan to keep this horse after the tournament?
If a name comes to me.
Well, I'm sure you will find one. I'm not good with naming things, so I won't even dare to suggest, but I like to think that names come naturally with
I hope so. And you see that he has almost become wholly focused on the horse. And he is just like all about this horse. He loves this horse. And kind of like when you visit someone's house and they kind of just start focusing on their dog and you feel a little like, I'm not like,
you see your dog all the time, man.
Yeah. It's very much, he's just like petting the horse and starts brushing him, kind of just keeps talking about horses. Yeah.
Well, it's good that you found something even more beneficial and hopefully long term at the end of this tournament.
Indeed.
I do wonder though, I meant to mention this earlier, but I have 3 other friends who are meaning to join me. Where should I tell them I will be? Or is there a note we can leave at the front?
Oh, of course. I will take care of that. You will have good seats where you can watch me win.
Well, I look forward to it.
Thank you. I'm just, and almost almost distractedly, he goes, I'm just glad to have this distraction. There's a lot going on back in Cairn.
I heard a little bit. One of my friends was trying to go back to get some things, and there was some stuff closed, or I don't know. I think he got his belongings, but can you provide some insight? What exactly is going on?
I haven't been home, and frankly, I try to stay out of the politics as best as I can and enjoy myself while I'm young. But make a persuasion check.
Ooh, okay. Natural 20.
Natural 20?
Yeah. That was my first time rolling this dice,
Wow. Feels good.
You're a good one. We're keeping you at the top.
He kind of looks around. And he kind of moves the horse to kind of block view of a lot of the other people, and he goes, this happened while I was here, so I don't have any personal insight. But from what I understand, an ill omen followed by a death amongst the Church of the Stormfather. Their monarch passed. The high monarch passed. And then apparently the clouds broke for the first time in recorded history, which has led to quite a bit of strife. Things kind of closed up, everything closed up, and then there were riots, and that led to food shortages, and there was looting, and we had to spend quite a bit of money quite a bit of money to the church so that they would get off their asses and restore order, because normally that would fall under the Church of the Stormfather, but everything is thrown up in the air and cluttered for them right now, and so the other churches had to kind of be incentivized to pull their weight. And I'm just glad I have this festival as a bit of reprieve before I have to go back to all that.
Thank you for telling me, but let us not talk about it anymore.
Yes!
Let's think of what's about to come. So when is it your turn? When does everything start? Tell me, what's the protocol?
He kind of goes into greater detail about the exacts of, and you start to kind of get lost a little bit, and he starts going off on a lot of stuff.
Levy is very good at pretending she knows what you're talking about, but 90% of the time, not a clue. It's going all over her head.
Yeah. And what you gather is that he's going last against whoever wins this day's tournament, and then that is kind of like the tournament style. Whoever wins the last and then wins the last of the next day, it challenges that, and so on and so forth. So he's at a bit of a disadvantage as he has to do more jousting, and potentially lose a higher chance of potentially losing. But he's quite sincere, and he's interrupted by his sword. Shows up and he goes,
Hello again.
Eustace, what is it?
And Eustace kind of points, and he looks and goes, I'm needed elsewhere. Is it okay if I have my squire escort you back? And then you hear,
absolutely.
you hear nonsense, and you look over and it's Wineri, and he goes, "I would be honored." And he goes,
Oh goodness.
Thank you. She deserves more than a lowly squire to escort her. Please, allow me. And you see he is pulled away and speaks to some people you don't quite recognize, but make a perception check.
I'm gonna use my good one again. No, you failed me.
Philo, you'll be up in a minute.
Gosh, I rolled a 5. Yeah, it's a 5. It's a +0 to that 5.
Stern-looking old men wearing wearing mage robes.
Any colors? Do I pick up any colors?
White.
White, got it.
Just like eggshell.
Okay.
And they have these strange half masks that are also like a rose gold, like white gold.
Okay.
All matching. One of them very ornate, kind of an additional flang off the side. And they just look like permanent sourpusses. You know what I mean? Just kind of real weird and intense vibes. Yeah.
Remind me,
Wineri? Wineri? Wooneri.
Gosh dang. Okay. Wooneri. Got it.
You can call him Woon, if that's easier.
Definitely.
Okay.
So, may I call you Woon?
Yes, I think that is quite fine. I've lost this dude's voice. Give me a second. Yeah, of course.
Are you participating today?
Unfortunately, I've already lost and will not be allowed to participate until the final day when there is a wild card event where many people who have distinguished themselves and find the favor of the crowd might get a second chance.
Well, I'll be holding out my hopes for you.
Thank you kindly. Appreciate that. How is your mother, older sister, your friend?
Sister. Yes. Ashna, she is doing good. She went off on her own today to do some exploring. Did you want me to leave a message for her? And she's just gonna kind of like gently nudge him, like, huh?
No, I was simply asking after her well-being. Of course, nothing more than proper, of course.
Of course.
His shield also nudges him. The shield kind of spins about you a little bit, kind of orbits you in kind of a greeting.
Hello, it's great to see you again. And she just kind of like spins for a second with the shield, like a twirl.
At that, you sense a unobtrusive presence by the shield of this kind of warm, almost nostalgic sensation, kind of a greeting.
Well, so what do you do? What does a knight do when you have all this free time now? Do you just stay with Lord gosh dang, what's his name? Lord Brailer? Or do you get to go and enjoy the other festivities? What's your plan now?
I've known Lord Brailer for some time. We grew up together, trained together, and when the time came, I am of a lesser branch of the family, you see. I swore myself to his protection, and it was that, or actually have to do things and join the game. The politics. We refer to it as the game. It is sometimes cutthroat, and I don't have the highest intelligence. It seemed like deep waters for me. I'd rather drink and enjoy myself as best as I can and keep my good cousin safe.
Well, you and I are kindred spirits in that regard. A lot of things tend to go over my head, and that's usually where Eshna is there to help me, but today I am on my own.
Hmm.
It's been quite interesting.
Indeed. Well, I hope you remain safe.
Yes, absolutely, and thanks to Lord Brayler, I likely will be.
Oh, excellent. And he kind of pauses. Wow. That is a nice gift.
Yes, I was actually hoping you might be able to help me in figuring out a way to properly thank him. This is so kind of him that I can't. A simple thank you, I don't.
Oh,
feel
I'm
is
sure that
sufficient.
just no. I think just a thank you, and your appreciation was the most he would ever think to receive in kind for such a gift.
Oh, of course, but I would like to gift him something. Is there anything you can think of that, like maybe being so high up in the family, he can't get access to something in the sense of the more simple things, or anything you can think of?
May I be frank with you? And he
Absolutely.
kind of you're at the entrance to the opening, and it's crowded, but your immediate vicinity is empty. And he kind of looks about and goes, I think any returning of gift would be fine with him, but potentially bring you under the, I can't say radar, they don't have radar, bring you in the sights of others who very much have their own machinations within the game. And I would encourage you, I mean no disrespect at all, but you do, I believe you are lowborn, and therefore would have a certain amount of, there's a certain amount of protection that is not there for you within the game.
Worry not, Moon. I'm right with you. I totally understand what you're saying. No offense taken.
Again, I'm
glad
not
you
great
told
with
me.
words.
No, like I said, kindred spirits, I got what you were saying, and I appreciate you saying it.
Please don't tell him I told you that.
Oh, no. Stays between us.
Excellent. All right.
Except for Eshna. No, I'm just
well, if there's anything else I could assist you with, and indeed, because I know that your guardian, if you will, is not with you in this time. If ever you find need of protection, he points at a ship, at a ship, with the blue and gold sails, and goes, "We are over there."
Oh, thank you. I truly do appreciate it. But don't let me keep you.
Yes,
I am
I must.
good, and I will keep myself out of trouble.
Excellent. And you make your way up to the designated seating. It's a very nice spot, and you sit and
And they
wait.
did already send word, right?
Yeah.
To the front?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Cool.
All right. Philo. You step out of the bathroom, and all your friends are gone.
The coffee has also fully hit. And Philo has calmed down.
Oh, okay. It has a calming effect on
There's
you.
only one train of thought happening in his head. His body is still physically exhausted.
Sure.
But his brain, for the most part, is like,
Almost more focused.
huh, yeah. And so after he spends way too long in the bathroom, he kind of opens the door and he's just adjusting to this new feeling that he kind of has. And he starts walking. He looks around, notices his friends aren't there, and starts leaving the inn. And he stops and he looks at the orc barkeep guy.
Okay,
And
hobby.
he goes, Hobby, and I don't know what you put in that coffee stuff, but Man, it feels real good. And
Oh,
And
well,
as
that's
I'm-
good.
I'm walking out as I'm saying this, and I just bump right into the door frame. And I go, I'm sorry. And then I just, like, leave.
As you're walking away, he goes,
Where you from, boy?
Cairn! And I do not make an effort to keep the door open.
okay. You just kind of say that and keep going?
Just let the conversation die with the door closed.
Okay. Okay, you step out into the streets.
I take a deep breath, fresh air, look around, and I summon the hawk out of the void, out of the ethereal plane.
Like from a fold in space.
Yeah. And I have him
Wings.
start circling the area looking for my friends. I am brain intact enough to know I should find my friends, but not intact enough to be like, oh, this is the exact way they found me last time.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, pardon me. And it's the same guy that Pod ran into. This kind of sleazy, greasy human. And he's got a string of shells that he has clearly made into a necklace. And he goes, 1 copper, sir. It'd look good on you. You look fierce. 1 copper. 1 copper. It's just a copper.
I look at him, sort of. I turn my head in his direction, and my left eye is just off to the side, and my right eye has rolled all the way back into the back of my head. And I, like, kind of bang on the side of it, and both of them just jingle back in place, and I go, oh, no thanks. And I just start walking.
And he
away.
kind of follows after you. Sir, please, it's just 1 copper. And he kind of gets up alongside you, kind of walking alongside you. Come on, sir. What's 1 copper to someone like you, an esteemed mage of some kind?
I completely ignore him, but I use just a little bit of my telekinetic. It's called telekinetic shove, but instead of shoving, I'm just gonna invisible mage hand grab the back, like just something like a waistband or a piece of his shirt, so that as I'm walking, he just can't move forward for like 5 feet.
He notices this and immediately suspects you for being magical in nature. He goes, oh, okay, I see how it is. Yeah, no, keep walking. It's fine. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah. I'll see you later then. And through your Hawkeye, you see him like shove the thing off and then shoot a look at you. And then he walks down an alleyway. And through your Hawkeye, make a perception check.
Yeah. Ooh, that's worse. Okay. That's gonna be 9 on the perception check.
Okay. You lose sight of him.
Yep. Your boy is exhausted.
All right.
I'm gonna make a history check real quick to see what location Thylo remembers them talking about this morning.
Okay. Thanks for the alert,
Okay.
Heyman.
Well, that's a 21 on the history check. So, I remember the whole conversation. Inari and Pod said they were going to go to the church, and then they were going to go to the jousting thing. So, geographically, am I going to pass one to get to the other?
So
Or-
the Church of Amis that you know about is not where they went. There is a front, and there is an old chapel that you could head towards, or you could head towards the Heckin tourney.
Jousting?
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to send the bird towards the church,
Okay.
which, the worst choice, absolutely. But exhaustion brain, not great. So I'm gonna send the spectral bird thing towards the church to see if, I can locate those two, and then Thylo is just gonna be like, I guess we're gonna go to the jousting tournament and watch Levy hit on Braylor, and I'm just gonna kick a rock and just start like walking towards the jousting tournament.
Okay. You step into the jousting tournament. Excuse me, sir. Are you looking to buy a seat? That'll be a gold.
And I'm gonna pull out my purse of I don't know. I guess that's a purse thing.
Sure.
And as I'm going through, I'm just gonna mumble to myself. Just had to let Levy go in front of me and talk to Braylor's, and I just have to go my own seat.
Pardon, sir. Levy? Redhead? Blue
Yes.
shawl thing with a golden. Just, I don't know what it is, but
Yeah, I don't really know what it is. Like a weird face. It's like
profoundly good at dancing.
I don't know if I've seen her dance.
To be crass, stunning.
Oh, your words.
My words.
Your words, sir. But like, I'm not gonna disagree with you.
Okay, well, she has managed to procure seats for your entire party. If you will follow me, sir.
Oh,
Why?
sure.
And you find.
Why do we have to do it when it's so hot out?
Oh, that's funny. And you are brought to this nice box seating right above and a little bit off to the side. The closest row of seats of stone. These are cushioned, and you find Lavina living the good life. She is on a nice reclined seating in the shade. Someone has brought her a thing of grapes and is currently pouring her a decanter of wine for her. And to your chagrin, the blue and gold thorned rose crown on her head. And a lady comes up to you and goes, "If there's anything else I can get you, sir, let me know. I'll be right over there."
Do you have any coffee?
Yes, we can have a runner go to one of the coffee shops nearby. Yes, of course.
Yeah, I'd like a cup of coffee.
Of course, sir. And she steps aside. Lavina, you look over and you can see Thylo.
Actually, I was going to say something that Thylo may or may not notice with exhaustion brain. It's up for his determination. Is that Levy, though, is still being polite to, saying her thank yous and all that stuff, she is very kind of like out of it. She seems very distant. She's not super like bright and cheery. Now if someone starts talking to her, it's like, oh yeah, like like she'll go back into it. But once she's alone, she's just kind of sitting there and like slowly picking a grape and just kind of like okay, I'm here now.
You could make an insight check. You could say you don't notice. You could say you do notice. Whatever you want to do with that.
You could only see a crown on my head.
Yeah, no, I noticed the crown.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk up. I'm gonna sit down next to you, and I'm not gonna look at you. I'm just gonna be kind of like looking around the scene, and I'm gonna just say, "Nice crown."
Oh, you made it! And she instantly like cheers up. It is not the kind of cheering up she did when talking to the other people. She is genuinely very happy to see him.
He blushes, but like doesn't change the demeanor. Like he still wants to like look like he's playing it cool.
Did you want one? I actually got one from one of the squires earlier.
No, I'm fine, thank you. Though,
They also have corsages.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. And she's very happy to, flag someone down to request this.
So did you talk to Braylor?
Yes, actually.
I'm gonna say that line again. This is how Thylo. Did you talk to Braylor?
Yes, I did. He actually showed me around downstairs. You said it was
Down in like
downstairs?
down in the private areas of the stables and the like.
So I got to see many people, and I got to talk to Woon.
Sure.
Yeah. Who is his cousin and friend, and we got to see all the horses, which that was interesting.
So he took you down took you like downstairs to see the private areas. Okay, that's great. No, that's good. Did you get any information from him while you were talking to him?
Oh, yes! I specifically made sure to remember this for when I got to talk to you again. And she's going to tell him softly, so she's probably, assuming he's sitting down in the seat next to her, she's gonna kind of lean on the armrest and like whisper to him, so it's very discreet, about what Braylor told her about Karen.
Okay. So now the whole party knows about the death of the High Monarch and the now sun-baked city.
I just
the
hope
Sunbig
I
City.
got-
Which city?
Cairn.
Oh, so that's okay.
I just hope I
Not
got all those
great news.
details correct. I tried really hard when I knew it was about Karen, because I know how important that is to you, but
We'll get some. We'll figure that. We'll figure that out later. Did you talk to him about the guy that died yesterday? He got ran through during the jousting tournament and then just stood back up.
no, I didn't think to talk to him about that. I didn't know that was a concern. I just figured that was magic.
Yeah, but that's kind of like necromantic magic during like a public festival isn't exactly a normal thing to see. You'd want to hear about some guy getting run through during a jousting tournament and just standing up like nothing happened.
Oh, I'm sure we can ask around. She's like feeling like, oh man, I did not think like the smart thing to think. Yes, that would make sense. And now she's just kind of like, oh man, I messed up. I should have
Kind of
asked.
deflated.
I maybe when Braylor is done, we can ask him about it. Maybe there'll be a celebration party and we can go with him and ask.
Thank you for the bits, Lily Moon.
Yeah, no, I'm sure you'd love to ask him after he's done.
And that exact moment is when Pod and Anarian show up.
Just from like behind, directly behind Silo, you just hear, "Hey there, sweet buns," and behind you is this 8-foot tall leather armor half orc, with just wearing a corset, strapless dress with the slit up the leg, and it just too much lipstick and this gorgeous red mustache with red glowing hair exactly like Levy's.
At first, Levy gets like a look of like, oh no, they didn't. And goes to stand up and turn around with like, I'm about to kick your ass kind of look. How dare you? And then she goes, what? Like whispers, oh my gosh, you guys made it!
One of the serving ladies is like, if there's anything I can get you, ma'am.
Meat. We need meat all around.
Honeyed wine, of course. And Thylo, you are brought coffee. This is a chilled iced drink, with oat milk and lavender.
Philo, are you maybe instead of drinking that, why don't you take a nap during the tournament? I don't know if you're super interested in watching, but you seem really tired.
Elves don't. I don't need a nap.
Okay. So, did you guys find anything out at the church?
Yeah, we found out about the High
Monarch.
Monarch. I think it was Marshal. I was like, that's not it. It's not High Marshal.
You were close.
The High Marshal dying, and that's what all the chaos is about.
Would any of them, because Levy definitely wouldn't have known, but would any of them known who the High Marshal, or not, dang it, Jake!
Haha! I ruined it!
Who the High Monarch was?
Not particularly. That's not the kind of person that would be meeting just your average day person. You know what I mean? They very much are
It's not
sequestered
something
up in
like
a
knowing
tower, and then on very rare
okay.
occasions will come down to personally give a message or something like that.
So it's not big out, it's, in a sense, it's not big to people outside of...
It's big. It's more like the Pope. You know, you wouldn't just meet the Pope.
No, but would they know, like...
But we know of
who
the
it
Pope.
was?
Yes, very much know of the Pope.
Do we have a name?
It's kind of like the Queen
Pope?
dying, if you will.
That's why I was kind of like, I feel like we would have some basic knowledge, like...
Treshy. High Monarch Treshy.
I'm gonna remember that as trashy, and if I say it as trashy, you correct me, but that is gonna stick in my head now.
Okay.
I am gonna cast message and point at Anarian,
Okay.
who I assume is like in one of the seats behind me, and he's just gonna hear my voice and go, "So where did you guys go?"
We went to our church to get some more extended time off.
Pod your handed mead.
Pod is handed the mead and is can see like the point and understands like this is what normally happens when Thylo wants to silently make messages, and then everyone in their head just hears, "Are we having a silent conversation?"
Are we? Can she respond
I
back?
suppose
or does
we
she
are
just
now.
verbally?
Yes, we are now all telepathically connected to each other.
Fine, I'll ask you too. Where did you guys go? And as I'm saying this, the hawk is gonna fly into the top of the. It's an open air arena, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna fly in and just like rest on Anarian's shoulder.
Yeah, no, Levy is gonna stand up rather quickly and whoop, she's gone. She's like at the other end acting like she's leaning on the rail to watch closer or something. She's gonna go away from the bird.
Oh, okay. That's right. You don't like animals.
Nope. But she's still linked, I assume. So she's just like acting like she's like looking very tensely.
That was very weird. What were we talking about?
He asked where we went. I told him we went to our church to get our extended leave so we could help with whatever it is they're doing.
Bird loudly
All right.
screeches in your ear.
I was going to tell you that, Thylo, but you seemed like you wanted to be alone, so I didn't get the chance.
Well, yeah, I feel like most people would like to be alone when they're using the loo. However, if we're gonna be a team, much like I've already told you guys my secret, I'm gonna need you guys to not keep them from me.
What kind of secret?
We discussed going to the church while we were all at the table together. It wasn't a secret being kept.
Oh no.
We were all. Were we not all there when we said we're going to the church to take care of some things?
I think you actually.
And then-
Physically we
didn't.
were.
We have no. I'm
Oh, okay.
speaking. I absolutely 100% know.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
asking in character, but I know for a fact we did.
Physically we were, but I do not believe the coffee had yet hit Philo. So
All right,
I,
well-
I don't think he was there mentally.
It's hardly our fault.
I don't know. We didn't really tell him where we were going either.
Philo,
Okay,
I'm really
meta
thinking you
question
should
For-
take a
for
nap.
Jake.
What's the meta?
Would Anarian not have put together at this point that I can see through the bird?
He probably knows, but I don't know, like what
Would
advantage.
he have told Pod?
what advantage that would get? Yeah.
Would Thylo
Yeah.
have ever mentioned it to Pod?
No, I feel like Anarian would just be like the only one like.
Anarian's
logically
just like, yeah,
smart
this
enough
bird
to put
shows
that
me.
together.
Cool.
Okay, so back in character, Thylo. Well, I know you guys said you were going to the church, and when I was ready to leave the Sweetfire, I actually sent my little bird friend here over to the church to see if you guys were there, and oddly enough, he didn't find you.
Yeah, that's right. Right, yeah. So, we can't really tell you. We're not really allowed to tell you where the real church is. Just like the other churches can't really tell us where their real churches are.
It has a secret room.
Out loud, Thylo goes, "The real church?"
Just scream it out, why don't you?
Also,
Pod starts to panic a little bit.
Philo, that's your
wait a minute.
bird?
I don't know what he's talking about. There's real churches and fake churches. There's nothing about it. Can you stop it, please? Please don't talk about that out loud. That's not really good.
Secrets are not often told because some people can't keep them quiet, clearly.
Excuse me. You turn over and you see a gentleman very similar to the one that was taking tickets at the front. Different gentleman, though. We will be opening with a bit of combat from anyone who has a certain bloodlust, perhaps, and I can clearly see that some of you are quite capable in the martial form. I was wondering if any of you would like to open with a bit of a bloodbath.
She's like from way over there. Like,
He was pointedly like addressing Anarian, and he just kind of seems surprised.
she's gonna now run over and then see the bird and be like, Narian, come on, let's do it.
It's a bit of fun. There's healers on deck, and it's magic is allowed as well, but we essentially have a melee, a brawl, if you will, a free-for-all, where certain people, if they so wish, they can come in, and if the last person standing gets a boon from the victor of the day's tournament.
It's a what?
A boon, money.
So this is a PvP situation?
This is a PvP, but also a ton of other people. Just a big, messy free-for-all of an opener.
So not guaranteed we're fighting each other, essentially.
Not guaranteed, but there is going to be a one last individual standing kind of a thing.
I love how the most bloodthirsty of us are the smallest of us.
Literally,
Oh, why
I
not?
think Levy and Pod are the same height when Pod's in the other form.
Mm.
Excellent. If you'll care to join me below. And Levy and Anarian, who seems interested. Anyone else going?
Yeah, Pod's in her 8-foot form, so absolutely.
Excellent. And we will pick up with opening there. Anything else you guys want to cover last second before we call it for the week on the Tuesday campaign?
Real quick, I would like to look around the arena and see if I can spot any Cyrom colors.
Make a perception check.
That would be an 8.
An 8. You can see a few golden ribbons and the like. Also, check the Discord if you want to see some AI generated knights that I have kind of worked way too long to make. You can check that out in the Discord in the Terraform channel. You do not catch the eye of any particular Cyrom knights. You do see a squire or two, but while you're looking around, you also noticeably clock one of these individuals in the shock white garb, in the half white rose gold mask, and Philo, you know who they are. You are unnerved by their presence. Their presence usually indicates foreboding ill omens. These are the secret police of the mage colleges. They hunt cursed items and people who need to be removed from the public eye and are a danger, notably a extreme danger. They take care of budding liches. They hunt vampires. They take care of wayward witch circles and the like. They are very powerful, and they deal significantly with magical suppression. The Royal Rumble buzz. I love it.
Good
Magical
question.
suppression, as in like everyone around them is gonna have a harder time using magic, or they're specifically there to suppress like magical stuff.
Make a history check. What's up, Anarian?
How important, like, this is a meta question, how important is it that the party gets this boon? Is it like integral to the story, or is it
Not at all. I mean,
I think he's just giving you something to fight.
Yeah, I kind of assumed that the fight would be like something so we could like fight this session, but if it's going to be pushed back till next session, I would much rather just dive into the actual like dungeon and do what we actually
yeah,
need to
you
do.
can pass on it if you want.
Then open up with.
I don't. Yeah, a question like that implies that a bit of railroading that I don't apply to my campaigns, which I know you know.
Right, but like
no, it's
like
just,
I said, I assumed that this combat was like a thing just so we could have combat now. But I would rather not waste time in next session doing a combat thing when we could be spending that time actually doing the dungeon that we're waiting 3 sessions to get to.
I understand that completely. I understand the headspace you're in. Just an optional fight. But unfortunately, we've only got 5 minutes left in our second segment, so we're a bit out of time for tonight as far as combat goes.
Dorky did mention that she could go over, so I wasn't sure if.
I can.
Well, if everybody's okay with going a bit over. We can absolutely do some fighting.
Surprise extension! No!
I got a 21 history check.
21 history check. They are very powerful and have an interest in keeping the public safe. So it's not so much huge AoE damage or suppression or anything like that. If they see the issue, they're very good at shutting the issue down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I assume I noticed this after the other 3 have walked towards where the fight is. And if we are still mentally linked, whether Thilo knows it or not, he is going to attempt to think to them, guys, we may have a problem.
These are known as mage breakers.
Don't freak out now, but be on guard. The mage breakers are here.
Realistically, what are the odds that Levy would know who the mage breakers are? Have they caused trouble with their antics in the past?
No, these are not people who make themselves very known. They're more secret police types. No, there is no Warren Bossing say kind of vibes.
Oh, okay. So she has no clue who they are. Who's that?
Bad. They're not inherently bad, but whenever they're around, something bad usually happens. The only reason they would be here is if some sort of magical deity, person, or thing is around here, and it's going to be bad.
Thilo, are they after you? Is this another person after you?
No.
It's safe to say no because that's more of a church issue, and these individuals work strictly with the colleges who are nobility funded.
Maybe we'll be fighting whoever they're looking for. We can keep an eye on them.
That is the biggest problem that I think I've ever heard.
It'll be fine. They have people to heal us. I'm not worried.
So these people are entering the the fight, or are they
No,
just
no, no,
watching?
no. They're just
No,
they're
they're
just,
just watching,
He's
but-
just spied one.
The person they're here for might be in the fight.
Would he have described what they look like, Ben, realistically? Do you think Thylo would have said what they look like?
Not unless somebody asked. He would
Okay.
have said the Mage Breakers.
Okay.
Pod was already starting to kind of like look back at Thylo as she was walking away because the whole like he started to out the church a little bit, and there's just that growing concern. Normally Pod would be like would do something about that, but she had already pissed off Eshna without realizing it. And so now Pod's going down this route of like, am I making the wrong choice with another one of my best friends? Like, what do I do in this scenario? Like, I'm confused. And then this popped up in their heads, and now Pod kind of like slowly stops, walking towards the entrance to this, and just in your head, and Arian, you can hear the.
Do you think if there's trouble, do you think maybe we should leave Thylo alone?
No, probably not.
I really want to participate in this, but I mean, you're probably safer doing, fake fighting and finding maybe the person that we're looking for, and I'll be out here with my best friend.
Thylo, roll for stealth.
Such a
plan.
good first roll.
So you want me to go? You stay behind with Thylo then?
Yeah. I think it's probably better. I'll probably be trying to just kill everyone in this competition. So
I mean, you're really good at it, so.
Okay.
I'm going to. Can I preemptively cast a thing on the party?
Sure. You turn you turn back to look at Thylo, and you turn to Anarian, and you guys kind of had that moment of conversation. And Anarian, you turn to cast something on the party, and Thylo is gone.
Hello? You there?
I cast See Invisibility.
Pylo.
Would the mental connection still be there?
Yeah, I think so.
How far away are you?
Well, I mean,
As
I
long
can't
as
see
you're within a mile of me, I can still hear you. Connection's
Okay.
still there.
Yeah. So the last thing you hear from me is, "I'll be fine. You guys watch yourselves."
Do you disconnect the link on purpose? Oh no. Okay.
Do we still have the link between the three of us?
I believe
Yeah.
so.
Guys, you know him better. Is he gonna be okay? Should we be concerned?
He sounded concerned. He sounded very concerned. If he's panicking, then I'm panicking.
Well,
Uh.
if the Mage Breakers are here and then he went somewhere else, then he's probably safer than he would be if he stayed.
Okay.
Maybe. I'll still go maybe try to look for him. You two do the thing. Maybe try to find the person that they said maybe the Mage Breakers were looking for.
Okay, if anything goes wrong, you let us know instantly.
Okay. We got another hour and 48 minutes of this.
Okay.
Nice. Anarian and Lavina.
I am going to cast Aid
Okay, nice.
on
Heck
the
yeah.
three of us.
Okay.
So we get
what does
we
that
get
do?
a next you get a is 10 extra hit points.
10,
And that's
right?
like you know, like your hit point maximum is increased by 10.
Nice.
That's cool.
Narian and Lavina, you are brought down into the open area of the tourney. And by now, a lot of people have packed into the area. And there's cheering, and you can smell roasted nuts and the like. And surprisingly, pretzels. That's a new thing. And you're brought down, and one individual goes and stands on top of the little platform on one end and says,
"And on the second day of the tourney, we open with a battle royale for all of they who come to fight. We, rest assured, have healers on hand. But before we do, a word from our sponsors."
and then he's cut off as a couple of other people look like they're about to step up on stage. He goes,
"Excellent news! Real quick before we begin, I am so proud to be the first to say this, but we welcome the new Lord of the Bridge, Lord Braylor Thorn."
and there's a huge cheering and clapping, and people are rejoicing and stuff like that. Their current champion of the tourney now is the Lord of the Bridge. After a quick bout, whereas Lavina and Narian are kind of back to back looking around, a Minotaur kind of comes out and he starts flexing himself and kind of locks eyes with Narian, just as this very, very nimble looking dragonborn kind of saunters up and locks eyes with Lavina, and other people start squaring off. You guys have a turn to do whatever prep work you want to do before we begin our combat.
Oh, goody.
Oh shoot, we're all fighting at the same time?
Yep, it's a
Oh
brawl.
crap! Okay.
There's roughly 150 people that swarm this arena for this fight.
Wait. I need to add my things to my. Hold up. Oh gosh. Okay.
I will activate Twilight Sanctuary.
Okay. You hear ooh and ahs.
It's assumed that by now I'd be able to. It doesn't require attunement. Would I have been attuned while I was waiting?
Yeah, you're attuned by now.
Okay. Thank God. Oh gosh. Okay.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Flux
I need the name. Do you have the name on hand of what they're called? Again?
the Bracers of Unarmed Defense.
And then for a bonus action, I'll use Steps of Night, so it will fly.
Ooh, excellent. Okay. The Minotaur watches you begin flying, goes,
Oh, come on!
and pointedly looks like he's holding an action.
Okay. Yep. That is them. But it's 2 bonus to AC. Shouldn't it automatically adjust my AC once I have it on?
It should.
Oh, there it goes. I had to hit attune. Okay, sorry. I don't think I have any like fancy starter things that I'm gonna throw out right now. So she just kind of does like a little curtsy to her opponent and gets ready to go.
Okay.
So,
I'm scared now.
technically speaking, Levy and I are not allies, correct?
Technically, no, you're
Oh,
not
great.
allies.
All right, so you do not get the bonus of my Twilight Sanctuary. But I did give you 10 HP, so you can't
That's true.
complain
Fair,
too much. I
fair.
helped a little.
You did.
Dude's going on about Skillshare.
I swear, the fact that you were like, but is she my friend right now? No? Okay.
Friendly competition.
I brought
Yes,
you my
yes.
Skillshare. Memory manipulation. Learn.
As soon as something goes wrong, and I'm sure it will, you will then be classified as ally and gain the benefits.
All right. Lavina, are you good to go?
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's roll initiative.
I'm so scared.
Why? Why? Whatever?
I am. I just am.
Oh, I rolled a 1 for the Dragonborn.
Well, at least I did better than somebody.
They are very dexterous, though, so. Okay. The Dragonborn pulls out a real nasty-looking sickle. And the Minotaur pulls out a big-ass hammer, two-handed, and clearly goes into a rage for the bonus action, and then holds the action. What'd you get for initiative? Jake, you got a 12. You're going before the Minotaur because he will roll the 12 that has no dex whatsoever. If you have any dex at all, you are good to go. You don't have any.
I don't.
Okay,
Nope.
then we rollies, bro. Let's go. I got a 7.
11.
11. All right, you're going before the Minotaur. And Levy got a 7. Just barely going before the Dragonborn rogue. All right, Anarian, you're up first.
How far away is everyone around me?
He is roughly 30 feet from you, the Minotaur. Lavina's directly behind you, but you've now since floated up a bit, so that's
Right, and so the other guy is like 30 feet away
30 feet before
from.
you.
No, the Dragonborn is
25 feet from her.
behind.
Yeah, so 30 feet from you.
It's a free for all, Narian. Stab Levy, she's right behind you.
Dork, you poor thing. That's the most unfocused I've ever seen your camera. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It looks the same to me no matter what, because I can't see anyways.
That's fair. Fox. Anarian.
I would like to make an amendment to our starting positions because if I know it's a free for all, I would not put myself within 5 feet of an opponent to give
Okay.
an opportunity attack. That
Sure,
is
sure,
not
sure.
strategic. That's not big brain time.
Sure.
So I'm gonna move
Okay.
in between Minotaur Boy and Levy. I'm gonna cast Spirit Guardians,
Okay.
so they will both be in the radius.
Okay. You cast Spirit Guardians. Levy, you need, I believe, a Wisdom saving throw of.
Ah!
Wisdom save.
It's a 15 for the Minotaur.
All right, he succeeds.
Alright, gets to fight twice, and both
13.
times it's been PvP so far.
Fails.
No!
I want every one of Anarian's fights to just be PvP. Whole season.
That's like the complete opposite of the reload I built him for.
It's true.
All right.
Sorry. Wait a minute, this is not my fault. This one might be.
So half damage on a success. So it's going to be 15 radiant, halved for the Minotaur, and then
Okay.
the full 15 for Levy.
Levy, if you take 15 radiant damage, what's your Spirit Guardians look like?
We never did figure out exactly what like creatures are Abyss-esque that would fit into that vibe, but it's whatever.
It's kind of gnarly looking.
They're probably like dark and twisted or something.
Yeah. We can get more into that later.
Yeah.
Minotaur takes 8 radiant damage.
Then I will. What kind of weapon does he hold? Does the Minotaur have?
Two-handed warhammer.
I'll fly up.
Okay.
15 feet. So there's the bottom of the Spirit Guardians is still on the ground, but
Okay.
I'm out of reach of a swing.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah. As you ascend, that halo of Spirit Guardians becomes like this flying orb around you, because it's a 15-foot radius. and his held action, he tries to like grab at you, but you're too far away. And now I guess he needs to make another wisdom save, huh?
Oh yeah.
That is a 17.
That's gonna make it.
Okay, half damage.
So I gotta ask, is that a ranged attack?
11.
That is a magical area of effect.
Okay.
11.
How long will it take for me to pick up a feat that gives me freaking silvery barbs?
Oh. Is that your? What else do you do in an Arian?
That will be my turn. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Minotaur is gonna grab a hatchet, and looks like he wants to throw it, but then stops because he realizes if he misses, it'll go flying into the audience, and he goes, "Ah, come down here and fight me like a man." And he sees one of the other oh god, that's a crit. He sees just someone else that amongst this thrall of melee, and he hurls the hatchet into the midst of chaos and crits on someone, and the person just goes right down. And that's his turn. Levy, you're up.
All right. So I am going to. I hate this. I hate combat. I'm so bad at it.
You were like, yeah, combat, let's go.
But now my heart is racing and I'm so scared and Anarian's attacking me. I don't know what to do.
This
Okay.
Dragonborn looks pretty nasty.
Okay.
Kind of
I am
serpentine
going.
hunched forward,
Trying
kind
to
of.
say, Feffers.
No, I'm saying this individual looks nasty.
Don't make me fight you.
I'm going to use my action to all my stuff is all mixed up. To summon my packed weapon, and I'm going for the nasty Dragonborn.
All right.
And so I'm gonna roll to hit.
Cat.
Oh, my cat! You scared the crap out of me. I was like, what's behind me? It's just her. Ha! 17 to hit.
Nutmeg, right?
Yes.
17 hits.
Okay, 17 hits. Haha. Okay.
Yes, Ben.
Levy, what does it look like when you summon your packed weapon?
That's a great question.
That is a great question.
I'm asking the human player.
Yeah, that is a great question. Jeff, help me. What did we say?
Sure. You want me to just make something up? With
No, you just dropped my dice. That was very rude. Nutmeg.
She did it for me because I still haven't dropped the dice this episode.
No, we said a specific kind of that looks like a dancing sword, but it's not the. Remember?
Oh, a falchion.
Thank you. That's
Oh,
the word.
sorry. A scimitar.
There you go. And it has. Sorry, I'm getting this dice. I am not stepping on this later. I refuse to. So she summons it, and she just kind of does like a flick, and it's in her hand, and she's going. So, but what the sword itself looks like, it's a scimitar,
Scimitar, so it's a curved blade.
but it literally looks like a galaxy. So it almost doesn't look like a blade. Wow. Okay. It almost doesn't look like a blade at all. It looks like a miniature galaxy right there. It has stars in it. It has purples and blues and bits of green, freckled in. I don't know
Fleckled.
words.
Flecked.
Thank you. One of those two worked beautifully. And I'm just, my brain, it's
You're
a
doing
fight.
great. You're
I'm
doing
so
great.
panicked. And
This
yeah,
is your first combat,
that's-
isn't it?
Yeah, and as a monk, I've never. I'm not good
It's
at
okay. It's all right.
this. But yes, that is.
So you
what
summon
her
it,
weapon looks
and you
like.
dart forward.
Yep, and so now I need my. I kind of resolved that we weren't doing this tonight, so I have to refine. I put them away. I put all my stuff away. Okay, so my 1d8 rolled a 4. Can you?
You got to roll to hit
not?
first. So roll your d20, add your proficiency.
I thought I did. Did I not?
Did she?
Maybe I didn't.
Did I miss it? Oh,
Yeah, I
my
thought I got
apologies. Oh, you're
17.
right. My bad. I marked it down and everything. I'm a fool.
No, you're good. I was like, maybe I just
My
made
bad.
that up.
So
in my
what?
brain.
Sorry, what was your damage?
It's I rolled a 4.
Okay.
So my 1d8 came up as a 4, but I want to. I felt like
Add
there
your
was.
dex mod.
You've got key
I
points you
want
could burn.
to add my dex mod.
Mm.
That is definitely what I want to do. Which would be my dex is +3.
Okay, so 7 damage.
7. And then, but there was something I could do with the weapon once I.
What
hit.
kind of warlock are you?
I'm a monk. Can I do a key point to make 2 unarmed strikes?
Yes.
Okay. Or do they have to be unarmed if I'm already armed?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Fair
believe
enough.
so.
So I have to roll to hit twice. Well, and a 14 and a 5.
Both hit. Roll your damage.
Seriously?
Mhm.
A 5 hit?
Oh, a 5.
Great.
They said no. The 5 does not hit.
Aww.
I don't know why I'm dropping the ball now.
Oh wait, no, I'd be adding 6.
Okay, so a 11.
11.
11 does not hit.
And then the 14 I was doing +3, so it actually, but that one already hit, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay, unarmed strike. I am doing a D4 +8. Gosh, I can't see things. Wrong dice. I got a 3. So 3, 4, 12. Total
Okay.
of 12.
Very good. Is that
And
your turn?
I want to move away.
Okay. Do you using a key point to get away without provoking an opportunity of attack?
Oh, because I moved forward?
Mm-hmm.
I have no more movement speed.
Oh, well, you can't move away anyway if you're out of movement speed.
How far
Don't
was
worry
he?
about it.
25 feet.
Well, I have 40 feet.
Oh, well then, yeah, you move away. All
Right back to where I started.
right, I'm gonna swing on you.
Who rolled better initiative? Me or
I need to focus on the battle.
I'm in the battle. The ghost is on the field.
Wait, really?
We'll get to that in
That
just a
makes
second.
so much more sense.
We'll get to this in
I
just. We'll get
just
to that
wrote
in
just
just
so
a
you
second.
roll, so I just assumed.
Because attack of opportunity is still in Levy's turn. From the Dragonborn Rogue, does a 13 hit.
No.
Okay. Then you watch as she tries to hook you in with the scimitar, the big curved question mark of a blade, and does not succeed. Now it is the ghost's turn.
Okay, Levy, you look down and notice that you have just turned invisible. And if you were to turn around, you would see the ghost that is always with me standing right behind you with its spectral hand on your shoulder.
Hail Hydrate.
Thank you. She's gonna like mouth like, "Oh, yeah, this is awesome.
Nice.
And how
Okay.
far away from the Dragonborn are you?
She is now 15 feet, I believe. Yeah.
25, because I did. Nope. You're correct.
Okay.
Math is not my forte. It's fine.
No worries.
Okay. Well, then that is all the ghost will do.
Okay. Dragonborn Rogue kind of sees you go invisible and runs and just backs and just turn and starts hauling off in a different direction and engages with somebody else, Anarian.
Oh. So how far away or how far apart are the Dragonborn and the Minotaur at this point?
Far away. More than 50 feet.
So like, were they the only ones around us in this like huge
No,
melee?
there's
Like,
others.
The only ones that matter are the Minotaur and the Dragonborn.
You can see sorry. You can see two humans kind of duking it out in one corner. You can see one guy in kind of a rusted plate mail, maybe 30 feet from the Minotaur, who is hurling these Molotov cocktails just recklessly about. And one turtle that Pod would recognize absolutely stanced up with 2 shields looking around.
So the Minotaur is over 50 feet away from me?
No, from the Dragonborn. You flew over,
okay.
so you are I want to say like 10, 15 feet away, not even.
Then he's still in my radius and should have rolled.
You're right. My apologies. That is a 7.
Fails. $15 radiant.
Okay. And now it's the beginning of your turn.
How does he look?
He's not quite bloodied.
Well, he's in my radius. Does he have to roll again, or is that just on his turn, right?
Yeah, that'd be upon coming into the area or starting the turn. Thank you, Foxy. Posture check, everybody.
I'm so sorry. My posture must remain unchecked so I can read.
I just checked it. It's terrible.
I'm so sorry. I'm blind.
Get some more water.
Can I fly up and then fly back down and
Yep.
put him back into the radius?
Yep. That's it's an 8.
All right.
Just strafing this dude.
13.
13. Okay.
And then I'm gonna hit him with a guiding bolt.
Guiding bolt. Okay.
Does a 17 hit?
17 does hit.
That's 30 more radiant.
Okay, yeah, he's down. You watch as it. Oh, go ahead.
So like, I hit him with that, and then just kind of like do a loop and just start flying towards the other one.
Okay. You start flying towards the other one, and out of the corner of your eye, you see a shadow, and you glance upwards, and there's an Aarakocra, an Owlin descending upon you from on high with a trident, screeching.
All right. Well, he can roll a save when he gets close enough, I guess.
Okay, Anarian, is that your turn?
Yes.
Owlin enters the area. It's a 5.
5.
Roll your damage. I'm having crazy deja vu right now.
13 radiant.
13
Probably
radiant.
just used to Jake doing damage a lot.
That's true. That's true, Jake. Over the couple of years that we've been doing this, he do a smack consistently. All right.
I like to roll lots of clacky math rocks.
He gets within the radius, and you hear his war cry turn into a howling screech of pain.
Just before he comes into the radius, I just turn and just smirk at him.
You fool!
He's gonna go. And he's gonna try to lance you with. That's a critical fail.
That makes sense.
So I'm just gonna, if I may, he flies down to hit me, and just one of the spear guard just knocks him off trajectory, and he just
He's gonna crumple
hurls
all the
towards
way.
the ground.
He's gonna meteor strike the ground onto another group of people. He's dead. I rolled almost max damage.
Oh my god.
The howl turns into a screech, turns into a feared sorry, the war cry turns into a howl, which turns into a screech, which ends abruptly with a sickening crunch as he lands in the back of the trident that goes right through him into the ground.
So there's 2 on the ground. There's 2 dying on the ground.
Let's talk about Pod for a second.
Spare the dying.
You can see
No!
healers are ready to go.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
No,
Pod,
not Pod.
It is your turn.
Pod sees the first creature go down, and at first he was at first she was looking around, trying to find Thylo, but hearing the battle just almost instantaneously, just the turn, and is just entranced by all of this blood that is just going everywhere.
You see the Minotaur go down, and it's not too bloody, but it gets your attention, and then you see the Owlin just shish kebabbed into the earth, and this huge crater of dust, and this roll of splatter of blood and gore, and this is the blood's pools.
I'm going to use my entire action to leap over onto the battlefield,
roll
in
acrobatics,
the arena and run to them.
Okay, it's pretty close to you.
18 on the die.
Okay, yeah, you managed to land with a bit of flourish, but you don't take any fall damage from it because you vaulted and you were very much in control of it.
And they could use, and as they're running, like right as they land, they've warped, shape-shifted back into their regular Anarian style.
Okay.
I keep forgetting the name of the race.
Asimir. Azamar. Ismar.
Ismar. Okay, so an Asimar outfit or the look, but now the outfit just doesn't quite like fit as well.
It's all just kind of baggy.
And they shuffle over, and they've got this Owlin just in their hands, and they could use Spare the Dying, but they're not right now.
Okay.
They're just looking in the eyes. This poor creature's like sputtering, or like blood's coming out.
Yeah, the Owlin is like cough wheezing and like choking, and dying, and it very much in like about to die.
I'm gonna wait for it to make 1 or 2 death saving throws before I worry about bringing it back to life.
NPCs don't make death saving throws. You watch closely, and time seems to come to a still. And you make a perception check or an Arcana check. Or actually, I'm sorry, make a religion check.
None of them are good. Well, perception's good, but none of them are good. Hey, another 18. Look at that.
Okay.
Cool.
You feel that falling sensation, and you manage, because you're not asleep, you're fully in control of yourself. You've done this before. And now you have this other sense almost to perceive with, and you, in your mind's eye, watch as their can perceive their soul leaving linearity, being torn from their body and becoming the water, this kind of watery, water-esque material that you saw, that you were standing in your dream earlier and saw in your dream before.
Awesome. Then as the action, like when Pod sees all of this like bright light starts, like a white light whitish yellow starts to emanate, like a divine light starts to emanate from Pod, but then it also has this like shadowy black tendrils just kind of wisping inside of it, as he then like just grabs the Owlin's face, and in like a burst, 12 HP is restored to this creature.
Okay. You watch as You watch as you are met with another failure pod. Because this wouldn't have happened unless the creature hadn't died. Which means a boost of HP would not have revived him.
This is a learning curve for
Ooh,
Pod.
this is not good.
We're gonna learn. Don't worry, I'll use the NPCs to learn how to heal you guys. Don't worry.
This is not good.
What's
We're
I now
finding
have
where the line
way-
is.
And I have way less faith in the healers that were around
Yeah.
the place that would be on everything.
Oh, they have revive.
Oh, okay. All right.
Good. I'm one step closer to knowing where that line is.
Mm-hmm. You now have a corpse in your hands. You have a bonus action and a little bit more movement speed. We'll say 10 feet.
It's gonna kind of rock it gently back and forth.
Oh God. Okay.
Big smile on their face.
Levy, it is your turn.
No, just
I
kidding.
will say that there's all sorts of people around you. Already, many people have fallen, even most of them. You do see the turtle with his back to you currently just barreling people over. It's the same pod. It's the same turtle that was in the first prison from episode 1. And he's got 2 tower shields in both hands, and he's not being he's not doing aggro, he's not doing attack style, he's just knocking people prone and cackling maliciously, but his back is to you. What do you do?
What does Pod do?
No, we're to Levy now with Philo on deck.
Okay.
What is there a position that I can get myself to keep the turtle guy within 10 feet, but also to get more people within 10 feet of me?
There is no taunt mechanic as of yet in D&D.
No, movement. Like,
Movement, yeah, you
what's
can.
the way I can move?
So he's already got like 3 people prone around him, and so if you approach him, you can get 4 people within 20 feet of you.
Okay, I want to move to for sure get those 4 people within my sight, so I can see them, as well as anybody else I can see within 10 feet. Follow-up question. Can you use, with actions, using actions as a bonus action or bonus actions as an action, which one are you allowed to do?
Bonus as an action.
Bonus as an action. Okay. Then I'm going to cast my Arms of the Astral Self.
Okay. As you cast, you
And-
become visible.
Then
Correct, Ben? I believe.
each.
Yeah.
Yep. Is it a
Yeah,
spell?
okay.
It's.
It's a summoning.
Oh, it is.
But
It
it's
is
a part
a.
of me.
It is a
What is it?
feature.
I think it's a feat.
I'm
and
pretty
it's not
sure.
an attack.
I think it's my feature.
I'm pretty sure that a featured action still brings you out of invisibility. Jake, do you know off the
It
top of your head?
says
Is it a
attack
spell-like
or
ability?
cast a spell.
It says as a bonus action.
Okay. Then you're
it's a
still
class
invisible.
ability.
Is that a spell?
It
Yeah,
is a
it's not
class
spell
ability.
if it's a class ability, unless it says a spell-like ability, but it doesn't.
Okay. Yeah. You are still invisible.
Wait. So now, everybody that I can see within 10 feet of me must succeed on a Dex saving throw.
Okay.
Now she would be visible, but this would be an invisible thing to these people.
The
So-
three automatically fail. That are prone. Sorry, they have disadvantage. I'm wrong. Bop. First one's a failure. Second one's a failure. What do they have to make?
DC 11.
11. Third one is succeeds, and the turtle himself fails with a 12. Sorry, succeeds with a
Okay.
12.
So everybody who fails.
Quick question though about that. Because she was invisible at the time of casting, would the turtle also be making the dex save at disadvantage?
Don't believe
Sneak
so.
attack.
Okay.
Right? Because I was behind.
You are not a rogue. This
Oh.
would not apply.
Sad. Well, those who did fail take 2d4 force damage. So
Okay.
the first one is going to take 6. No.
Okay.
Oh, I rolled the wrong dice. No, scratch. Don't do that. I need new dice. These are my D4s. Okay, the first one is going to take 3 plus 3, so 6.
Okay.
The second one is going to take 3 plus 3, 6.
Okay.
And then I am going to they automatically attack, right? Anything within the 10 feet, the arms themselves can hit.
What's it say?
Let me see when I'm actually 5 feet greater. Okay. No, I think I have to. I have to make an unarmed strike with them. So
Okay,
I have
yeah.
to. Essentially, that's something I can do. Okay. So I am going to attack with. So when I make an attack, they will make an attack with me. So it's my arms
they're an extension
and
of you.
those arms.
They're an extension of you. It's like you have 6 arms right now.
So when I make an attack, they also make an attack. I have to roll for them.
You
at the
attack
same
with
time.
them.
Yeah.
They're like
you use them as the attack.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like
they
swinging
get their
with
own
one of those
roll.
arms.
They get their own dice roll, but not their own move.
Correct.
Like it's.
Yeah,
okay,
they're not
yes.
they're not like familiars or anything like that.
They're not autonomous now.
Yeah, so I'm going for
That's a good
whoever
question.
looks the strongest.
That'd be the turtle.
I'm going for the turtle,
Okay.
and with my attack, as in my arms, I need to roll for all of them though. But my thought is that depending on how I hit, am I allowed to say I want whether or not I want the arms to hit the same target, or I have to call that now?
No, yeah, you can you like you were swinging with your normal arms, you attack a specific target.
Okay. So I'm gonna attack the turtle with a 19.
19 hits.
I'm going for the down creatures, the separate 2 down creatures.
Okay.
Each rolled a 6. So I want the arms to try and hit a different target. You can say, but either way it's a 6.
A 6 to hit does not hit.
Okay. So that my hit, since I got him with my normal, and I rolled a 3,
3 to
And then-
add your pluses.
and then I'm supposed to add my dexterity. So plus 3, so 6. Wow,
Does not
nice.
hit.
What? We already
Oh,
did
6
take it.
damage. Man, I'm not
I know, I'm confusing you with all
It's
my,
okay. I'm
my
not.
extra-
I'm gonna make sure I spend some time over the week to pull up your character and really figure out how it
Please.
works and stuff like that. Yeah. And just so that I can have answers for when we're figuring stuff out.
We made it so fun, but so complicated. Okay, and then I'm going to use the rest of my movement speed to. Will I invoke a opportunity attack?
Likely.
Would I know?
Well, if you were attacking with your actual arms, your reach is 5 feet
Yeah.
longer, so you wouldn't have to be in melee.
Sure.
Sweet. Then yeah, I'm gonna move back a little bit further, and get to some safety. And I am keeping Anarian in my like checking on Anarian to
Your
make
periphery?
sure Anarian stays away.
Nice. Okay. Thylo.
Yeah, she just hit the turtle, so now I'm assuming he's probably gonna come after her. So I am going to just on the ground in front of her, just a puddle of grease,
Okay.
like a 10-foot radius. Was it 10-foot square?
Okay.
Yeah, so 5 foot. The area in front of her is now grease. Anybody who starts their turn there must make a DC 14 Dex save, and then upon entering it on their turn, DC 14. If they fail, they fall.
Very good. All right, the turtle's going to turn, and he's going to look at you, having just done what you did, seeing the various astral arms, and because you came out of invisibility, and he's going to charge forward, and now needs to roll a DC of, say it
14.
again, 14 Dex. 1. And immediately all right,
By the way, her arms are also galaxies,
cool.
is what it looks like. A bunch of stars and galaxies.
All right, Pod.
Interesting. Who's around me?
Nope. What's your AC, Pod?
Oh, 14.
14. You are baseball batted in the side of the head,
Oh God.
and you look over, and there's a tabaxi with a long metal pipe, and has just straight up, bam, right over the side of the head, and he looks at you and goes, you take 5 damage. Anarian.
Right. How far away is that from me?
That is roughly 30 feet from you, I believe.
And how far away is the Dragonborn? Is he still up and about?
The Dragonborn is up and about, very far from you, because it fled levy in the opposite direction of you. You do also see the tabaxi that just baseball batted Pod,
Right.
as well as one little goblin who's just hurling Molotov cocktails and laughing maliciously.
Are any of these remotely close together?
I would say the baseball bat tabaxi and the goblin are within 20 feet of each other.
Excellent. I will land in the middle
Okay, they both
and hit
need
them both.
wisdom saving
saves.
throws. That is a 11 and a 12.
Will fail.
Okay.
21.
Okay. The goblin's gone. The goblin is gone from this world. The tabaxi with a 21 is still on his feet. And that's just you landing. So what's your action?
Oh, I guess technically Pod would have to roll as well.
Oh, yeah. Pod, make a wisdom save.
Oh, Spirit Guardians affects
Yeah.
allies too.
You're
Well,
not
it's a
currently
free
an
for all, so
ally.
we're not currently allies.
Oh, you don't view me as an ally?
Oh, you know what? No,
was
because
gonna
you
say Pod
weren't supposed to
wasn't-
be fighting. So no,
Yeah.
no, it wouldn't affect you because you weren't supposed to be here fighting.
That's fair. And there's also the argument that, like, he's not being aggressive. He's currently cradling an owlin.
Right, but like in the rules of the melee, it's
Right.
every man for himself, free for all. So my allies of
You
the
can
party
choose-
would be
You could choose to view me as an ally. Like, you could choose to switch that off next round if you want to.
right.
That's you.
So it will not affect you.
Okay.
Your loss. I mean, yeah. You're awesome.
So you still have an action and a bonus action in Arian.
Yes. How does the tabaxi look?
The tabaxi looks bloodied.
Excellent.
Where did my pen just go? What did I just do? Okay, there it is.
Hey, whoa, hey, whoa.
Hey, what you doing?
Never mind.
Good night, Derpy. Great name, by the way.
I'm gonna cast sleep on the tabaxi.
Okay. Yeah, not nearly enough hit points to bypass. I believe it was 100 or 90 hit points needed to not succumb to sleep.
Huh?
It's a
I have
cone.
to roll. I have to roll 5d8.
Okay. Oh, my bad. I'm thinking of something else entirely.
average is only 25 HP.
Pod stole the pen.
He hadn't taken damage before.
Not until you landed.
Right. Yeah, so if I did 20-some damage and he's bloody, then there's a really high chance that I'm going to put him right out.
Yeah. Plus, he's been in combat with some others as well.
26.
Folds onto Pod. Just
Gotta watch your surroundings there. And I'm just going to fly away.
okay.
Fly off towards the Dragonborn.
You begin flying off in that direction, taking you closer to Levy. Pod, you're up.
Pod got smacked in the face by this pipe,
Mm-hmm.
and but before they could do anything, like the body had turned around to face Pod's brother, which then got slumped over top of them, and so just with a huff, Pod doesn't actually fully know what's going on.
Okay.
Like they understand that their brother has spells, but like it's heat of the moment. They're kind of still kind of crazy right now, and so they just assume that the guy is dead.
Okay.
And so they look at it, and Pod just waits for the soul thing to like leave, and when it doesn't happen, starts to like shake them. Hey, what's going on? It's like essentially accidentally takes the action to wake them up from the sleep.
Oi! Oh, you're not dead yet.
Well, that was my action. I don't think. Wait, I do have a bonus action. Hang on. I have bonus action spells, right?
I mean, you're part rogue, aren't you? You got tons of bonus actions.
Actually, yeah. So that'll like freak Pod out, and then as a bonus action, they'll disengage by like kind of shoving them back and then just quickly scurrying backwards.
Scurry over the corpse of the owlin.
Yeah. Just hey, you're supposed to be dead.
Yeah? Prove it.
All right. That is Pod. Levy.
He's real useful in battle, guys. He's real useful in battle.
Levy, you look up and you realize that pretty much the only people left aside from the turtle, who is just kind of on his shell trying to get up, the only people really left around is Pod, Anarian, and the Tabaxi. The Dragonborn has since fallen to some foe on the other side of the area.
Kill the turtle.
Kill it, Arian.
Now's your chance. Avenge Eshna.
How bad does the turtle look? Does he look really sturdy still, or?
He looks pretty sturdy still. But it doesn't look like he's going to be able to get up anytime soon.
But you will have advantage on your attacks against him. Plus, if you hit him right, he'll spin around.
All right.
Use him to knock over other enemies.
I'm gonna cast Hex on the turtle.
Okay. Excellent.
And then, do you have to do any save for that? No, right? No, you just.
What's it say? All right. Sorry, I keep making you look stuff up when I know you just had, like, LASIK.
It's okay. I can place a curse that I can see within range. Deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage to the target whenever you hit it with an attack. Okay.
That's your action.
So, then I'm going to do a key point for Flurry of Blows on the turtle. And with my astral arms as well. And so I need to roll to hit, or do I get an advantage? How do I do this?
You roll to hit at advantage. So you roll twice, take the highest.
Okay, and so I'm rolling twice for my arms.
Flurry of
And
Blows
two-
says you have a very specific amount of swings.
But I'm thinking for my
2.
my astral arm.
You've
The
already
astral-
you can't
the
use them
astral
now
arms-
because you cast Hex.
Hex is a bonus action.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you can make
Well,
She could cast Hex as an action and then
Yeah.
use the bonus action to make the flurry of blow strikes.
Okay.
yeah. And then, but my question was, because I'm striking, my arms are going to strike as well. Does each arm also get advantage?
So
It's-
your arms are your weapon. So think of them like a sword.
Okay.
You're just attacking with
With
an
the
arm.
arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can
Two
swing with the
separate
arms or
arm
swing with the
attacks.
scimitar with the scimitar.
And I don't roll per arm, or I do?
You do. They're 2 individual attacks.
Right. Okay. That's where I was getting confused. Like, is it
Okay,
one roll
so-
for both arms?
So just to point something out, because I heard flurry of blows. You can only use flurry of blows after you use the attack action in your turn. So you can't use that bonus action to do something else and then flurry of blows. You have to attack and then continue attacking. With
Okay,
flurry of
that's what
blows.
I thought.
Yeah.
So
But wouldn't
Right.
Hex count as my attack?
it is, but you cast a
not
spell
an
instead
attack
of
action.
swinging.
Yeah. That's
No,
casting a
that's a
spell, not
spell.
using the attack action.
So you can cast Hex as a bonus action and then use your action to hit. You just won't be able to do flurry of blows after.
Okay.
Just stab them then.
What, so don't do Hex, just hit?
Do Hex and then swing with your scimitar would be my advice.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
is Hex?
So not
Hex
with
adds
the...
1d6 damage to every attack.
I mean, it'll be good for next round.
Yeah.
So might as well keep it up because the next round you can do.
Okay, so I'm
You're
not
talking about-
casting Flurry of Blows. I'm just hitting with my sword or my arms.
That's your choice.
Sword. I vote sword.
Sword. We're going with sword. Well, it's a 19 to hit,
19 hits.
and so I get an additional. Gosh dang! I need to have like 2 pages open at the same time. One for the spell I just used, and one for the hits I need to do. Okay, so 1d10 for the sword, and then that gives me an extra 1d6 necrotic.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to find. Okay. Okay. So 3 and 6.
9 damage.
That's sad. No.
No, that's fine.
And then can I specify I would like to attack in a way that keeps him on his back if possible. I'm not like swooping him up.
Nah, he's already prone.
I'd be going down.
Nah, he's already prone.
Okay. And I think, I mean, besides just moving, so I'm like constantly on the move and not staying in one spot, but keeping in range for my attacks.
Okay.
I would say that's my turn.
Okay. Philo.
Is the tabaxi near someone?
Near Pod.
How close to Pod? Like right on top of Pod?
Yeah.
I
pretty much.
moved away from it,
That's true.
so about 15 feet away from me, but it didn't move.
Oh, so it's not like coming at you anymore?
It will
It hasn't been its turn, but yeah, it'll.
How far away is he from Anarian?
Pretty far. Anarian is Supermaning away.
Nothing.
Okay. Tortle is going to attempt to get up.
He's
Fails.
still, is he bloody?
Nope.
Gosh dang.
Scavvy, the tabaxi, is going to lean low and charge forward and attempt to swing on Pod with a 9 to hit.
I woke you up.
And now I'm gonna put you to sleep. You take 2 damage. Anarian, you see
You
that.
said you rolled a 9 to hit.
Oh, doesn't hit.
A 9?
What? You didn't specify. All he said was, "I woke you up."
Every AC starts at base 10.
Just tell me if it hits or not.
No, it doesn't hit. It doesn't hit.
Thank you.
It would never hit anything ever.
I
Maybe
actually
a
didn't
child.
think of that.
No.
Yeah.
Anarian, you see that the fight is pretty much wrapping up. You can see far off that there are two people, maybe 4 or so, that are converging in their own little fight, and then you've got this little fight pretty much left going on this side of the tourney. You're kind of up in the air, and you can kind of see down, and basically you've got your two friends. I'm not gonna say allies, and you've got Scavvy and the Turtle.
All right.
A pod's not in it to fight, right?
I'm just saying
He's
that's
not
what he sees.
Not yet.
Okay.
This guy keeps coming at me. Maybe.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
Guess I'll turn back around and deal with the Tabaxi.
I mean, you know I can handle myself. Like, I could probably kill this thing. It's up to you, but like, he's already looking bloody.
All right, I'll go for the turtle.
Okay.
Since Levy's having trouble. I need a wisdom save as I swoop in.
Does I almost said Brady again. Levy also need a whiz save?
No.
Okay. That is a 13.
Fail.
Okay.
That's only 9.
Stretch and hydrate.
And he still looks fine.
He's bloodied.
Who's up next in the rotation? It's Pod and then...
Anarian,
Tyler?
then Pod, then Levy.
Oh, okay. When does Thylo's ghost go?
After Levy.
After Levy. That would be fun, but I dropped Spirit Guardian, so I don't want to do that. Alright, let's see. We will do a Guiding Bolt.
Okay. Roll to hit.
21 to hit.
21 hits. Roll your damage.
21 Radiant.
Down and out.
Oh. Okay.
You show up, he's dead. Where you go, death follows.
How far away is Pod at this point?
Pod, how far did you scramble away from the Tabaxi?
15 feet.
15 feet. He's roughly, I want to say 20-ish feet from you.
So I'll move 5 feet and put him in the thing.
Okay.
With save.
Make a whiz save. And you said that Levy does not need a whiz save? She was close to the turtle.
Yeah, I chose not to have her.
Okay.
Oh, look at you being all valiant and stuff.
Pod, make a wisdom save.
Oh no, I wanted to get close to the Tabaxi. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Tabaxi makes a wisdom save. Bob, and that is a 14. I'm just slowly moving myself up this line. This is weird.
Meets it beats. Half of 11. 6.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it for me.
All right. The Tabaxi's down.
Oh.
Pod, you're up.
Pod
Around
runs
you-
into the backseat.
Was that? You're
Pod
under the
runs
back
to
seat.
the
All
back
right,
seat.
make a religion check.
I want to try and get it before it dies.
Okay.
12.
12.
Yeah.
You don't succeed in getting to him before it dies.
I will still burn the spell to try and do so.
What spell are you burning?
You know what? I'll burn spare the. I guess it's not burn. I'll just do spare the dying on it.
Okay. You
But
stabilize
it's already
him.
dead, so.
Yeah, he is already dead.
Well, the first time I tried to use cure wounds on him, but
Hmm.
this time it's just spare the dying. So the backseat hit me across the face so they don't get the heals.
Yep. Spare the dying. It's already dead. Another another roadblock pod.
But where does the spirit go? Or do I not see it this time?
You rolled a 12. You don't perceive it.
Okay. I'm very frustrated. Where's the next nearest enemy?
That would be potentially Anarian or Levy. The rest are all the way on the other side of the tourney.
Anarian, you quickly hear in your head.
So, are we fighting? Are we trying to win this?
I mean, it's a boon.
Let me rephrase how I said that.
Are we fighting? Are we trying to win this?
Anar's gonna look around. What, like?
Already, many healers have rushed forward. Many people are cheering. Mostly are watching you. It seems that a Goliath and a human are duking it out. The Goliath towering over this maybe teenager of a human, and the Goliath. What was that?
David?
Yeah, right. The Goliath has this real mean-looking greatsword, and the little dude has this knife, and they're both caked in gore.
Temptation to just fly down there right in between them.
It'll take a while to get over there. It's about 200 feet, I believe.
Yeah. Well, I'll respect their 1v1.
Respecting the what is this?
No,
Ship
no,
two?
you
Get
don't
out of
need
here.
to do that. You don't need to do that.
I'll deal. Well, it's smarter. Let one of them take the other out, and then you only have to fight one of them.
Uh-huh.
So anyway.
So what are you gonna do?
I guess the response is yeah. I guess we're gonna win it.
Game on then, brother. I have
Game on indeed.
15 more movement speed, and Anarian is how far away again? 20 feet?
If he was 20 feet from the Tabaxi, he'd be about 5 feet from you.
It'd be 15 feet for the.
15 feet, because yeah, you move 5 feet to put him in the radius, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You can't really hold a move action, so I'll just move 15 feet away from
Okay.
Anarian,
Okay.
watching what's gonna happen.
All right. Is that it?
I've used my action and movement, so
Okay.
yeah.
Levy. You look up and you see the two brothers squaring off, keeping you in their eye line.
Okay, are we doing this?
Two siblings? The two siblings.
What is Pond doing here?
I don't know.
There's also Philo's father's ghost just chilling in a corner staring at the wall.
That doesn't count.
The three of you all
He can-
aggro and start swinging on him and nothing happens.
Milo can hear everything. Thylo can hear everything that happens from the ghost, right?
Hear and see.
Okay, no hard feelings, but don't you dare let me die. My turn? My turn?
Yep.
So.
Ah! Okay. I'm going to Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Oh, this is team bonding.
It's something.
Rolled 17 on the die.
Who are you swinging? Who are you shooting it at?
Oh, I'm going for Anarian. I'm not counting Pod in the fight unless Pod attacks.
Okay.
Fair.
Good, smart.
Because Levy would not think, like, she kind of knows Pod's a little weird and probably saw him clutching the bodies and was like, I guess he's helping?
Another
Question
hail
mark?
hydrate. Skull.
So it's and your modifier is 6, right? So 17 plus 6.
I think plus 5. Maybe plus 6.
Unless you rolled higher than 18,
Yes.
believe so.
and then you hit.
With added with anything, it would be. Okay, so I hit. So now, rolling my d10 for this. Okay, 7. And then I want to do my flurry of blows.
You can't do that with the
Yeah, you're too far
Eldritch
away.
Blast, because that's a spell attack, not a attack action.
It's still an attack
No.
action, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it has to be a
It's a spell attack action. There is a mechanically a difference.
no.
Monk is dumb.
So even if it just says attack action,
The
Yeah,
attack
because
action has to be like rolling to hit
Plus,
something.
plus they're not within smacking distance of you.
Right.
okay.
Although we are level 6, so your Eldritch Blast gets another beam. So you need to roll one more time for your second beam.
Oh,
Ooh.
thank you.
You're
There
welcome.
you go.
So I have to roll to hit, and then if it hits, I have to roll the damage again.
Yeah.
The roll to hit. I rolled an 11, and I think it's a plus 5 or 6, but either way, it doesn't hit. Because you
Right,
said
okay.
over 18.
Well, 18 meets it beats, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And now, how far are you away? How far?
I'm
far,
gonna say.
Jeff?
I'm gonna say 20 feet.
I'm going up.
All right.
A wisdom save.
Gosh dang it! No, I'm using the good dice for this. Yeah. Natural 20.
Oh, let's go!
Yeah.
You only take half damage.
That's fine.
Let's go.
Make him lose his concentration. Wait, are Spectral Guardians concentration?
They are, yeah.
Yeah.
You making concentration checks?
But I have advantage on those, so
Yep.
As long as we're making.
9 damage.
9 damage. Okay.
And make a concentration check. I assume Jake.
Yeah. What is it for what is it for cantrips? How does it work again?
Concentration. You need to roll a d20, and I think if I remember correctly, it's 10 or the damage if it's past 10.
Half the damage. I
Half the
believe.
damage past 10. Okay. So how much damage is
So-
done? 7. So you need a
Okay,
So
make a
10
con save, basically.
yeah. You need to roll a d10, a 10 or higher on a straight d20.
Is it straight d20 or is it a con save?
I don't think it's a con save. I'm pretty sure it's a straight d20. Because there's no official ruling for concentration, which is weird.
No, it is. It is.
Okay.
Uh,
Add your con.
Yeah. Difficulty DC for the concentration check equals 10 or half the damage you take, whichever is
Okay,
it
I'm
is
thinking of
con save.
something else.
So I rolled an 11.
Then you are assumedly good. And you
Okay.
keep your concentration. Levy. Is that your turn?
No.
Okay.
And then I am going to. I am going to do something grand. I'm going to. I'll use my key point to do patient defense.
Ooh, okay. What's that do?
It will allow me not to get hit. It lets me specifically. Where'd it go? You can spend 1 key point to take the dodge action as a bonus action on your turn.
Okay.
And that was my bonus action. And can I can I try and make him dizzy or something and run around him, or will that negate my patient defense?
Doesn't sound very patient.
No,
Then I'm just gonna run in his face and just stand.
Okay. You get up in his grill. Which brings us to Thylo. Are you doing stuff or are you passing?
Yeah, no, I'm just watching.
That brings us to the top of the round. So we're gonna pause there and pick up here next time.
What? No! No!
Yep.
No!
Top of the round, starting with Anarian, then Pod, then Levy, then Thylo if he chooses to participate in this fight. I will say for the record, yeah, the Goliath absolutely claps the teenager.
No.
This isn't an anime.
That's simply not biblical.
Buddy.
The dude tries to like run in and go in with the knife, and the dude bats the knife away and then just brings more like a baseball bat or a massive heavy tree trunk, just brings this claymore down on his right to shoulder and just crumples him down to a mess. And he goes, and then turns to the party and slowly starts trudging his way towards the fight.
Pod, you go get him. You don't let him interrupt.
And that's where we will pick up.
Pod's got bloody eyes right now staring at Anarian.
And that's where we'll pick up next episode. Thank you all for being here. This has been really fun. I'm excited to see how this turns out. We dropped a lot of really important lore tonight. And if you want to catch up on any of these episodes, you can go over to the YouTube Jake and Feffers. Come join our community if you want to vibe. Link is in the Discord. And of course, we have these amazing players that I am honored to be with. And it is an absolute joy to be your dungeon master. Let me throw it over to Anarian. And stick around, we're going to do a raid.
Hello, I'm Critfail Jake. You can find me on TikTok and Instagram, playing Anarian. And so far, the build is good. Liking how the build is working.
Show up, damage.
Not a ton happened with Anarian, other than just finding out what was going on back home with the death of the High Monarch and the disappearance, supposed death of Storm Daddy, RIP. But yeah, he has every intention of winning this boon. We'll see what happens when Pod decides to stab him with some sort of kitchen utensil. Dorky.
Hi, I'm that dorky cosplayer, and I'm in danger! So far, the build is confusing, and the build will be learned better before next time, and maybe I'll be able to pull something out of a hat or something.
Please don't beat yourself up about it, though. It's okay. We'll get there.
We'll get there.
The last time you and I sat down and talked about how the build work was like months ago. Like, please don't beat yourself up about it.
It's also our first combat in this campaign.
Yeah.
That's not true.
To be fair, when I said I wanted a combat, it was not a combat against Anarian. I did specify I didn't want to fight Thranduin, but I think it went hand in hand that I didn't want to fight Jake as a whole. I felt that was like already said, but no, but I had a great time. I am just so scared, and now I'm going to be so anxious for a whole week trying to figure out like 5 different potential attacks to do just so I can be ready. But
you also are running low on key points too. That's what's intense.
I am out of key points.
Oh no.
He would have been out a long time ago if Flurry of Blows was useful at all.
If I ever was able to use Flurry of Blows, that would have been
There's a reason Offbeat Outlaw says monks are the worst class. So.
But they look so cool.
They are
cool.
full of flavor.
And they're very useful in very specific in a lot of specific situations.
I just, in my head, I can't get over the image of literally, I almost called myself that shit again. Levy looking at Anarian going, "We doing this?" and going, ha! Like a little magic thing, and then running up at him and going, like, that's just in my head and I can't get it out. Oh my gosh. Okay, Ben. Your turn.
Hi, I'm Ben Brainard. You can find me on the internet. I am playing Thylo Match, the Order of Scribes Elf Wizard, and today I spent the entire episode not really knowing what's going on.
I feel like that's gonna be a theme though for Thylo.
Yeah, Thylo's real smart.
I liked your touch with the coffee actually kind of focusing him. That was actually really cool.
That Thylo has ADHD.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
As a person
if
with
that
ADHD, absolutely.
Wait, we now
If
have,
that
I
wasn't
think,
wildly
3
apparent.
members with ADHD. We're all just very distracted.
And then it's just Anarian and Eshta trying to like herd the gang forward.
Yeah, no, it might be. I'm not here next week. I will be performing in Toledo, Ohio,
Ooh.
Never heard of it.
which is a city in a state.
I think I heard Fudge real hyped to be
Yeah, he's gonna be-
yeah.
He's gonna be showing up to one of those.
Yeah, I'll either be Toledo, Columbus, or Cincinnati for the show that he's gonna be at. But yeah, so next Tuesday I'll be in Toledo, Ohio,
Hell yeah.
doing a show. So we might not know what happened to Milo for like 2 weeks.
To who?
To who?
Milo?
Looks for Disney.
It's okay. I keep trying to steal Taylor's character's name. It's fine.
I keep almost calling
Oh.
Levy Brady.
All we know at this point is that Thylo has just discovered that Anarian and Pod have been lying to him. He just watched Levy summon a pact weapon on a battlefield, not previously knowing that she was a warlock. And he's exhausted, and he sees people that generally represent bad omens, and now nobody can find him. So, where's Thylo? We'll find out.
Just curious, like, did he go invisible?
No.
We'll find out.
Okay, because like I said that I cast the invisibility
Yeah.
and no one said anything or responded like at all.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure if I
Pretty
just
sure
wasn't
he's
heard.
stealth.
No, sorry.
Or-
I should have cleared that you did continue to not see him.
Yeah,
but
so like
Ben
I was just like,
hits
I
me
don't think
up.
they heard me say that, so I just took the spell slot back and I was just like, I don't think they heard.
Yeah,
so,
you're fine. Ben hits me up and goes, "Oh, by the way, just a reminder," because he's told me earlier. He was like, "I'm dipping," and I was like, "Oh yeah," and he was like, "So can I just sidestep?" And I was like, "Roll for stealth." And I was like, so Pod's like, "Oh, we gotta be worried about Pod. Pod is gone."
Hello. But yeah.
Hello.
Oh, Thylo. Damn it.
Hello.
I didn't have a point of exhaustion. My stealth would have been 22. However, it's an 8 now.
Oh gosh. You're so
It's
tired.
We are all
And
probably
everyone got
literally
George,
so
have you-
tired.
No, I haven't yet.
Speaking of
Ugh.
tired, my poor boy has had these blinders on his forehead the whole night.
Bro, okay, I have been awake since 6 a.m. yesterday,
Bro.
working.
Gosh.
Like not even like restful, just hanging out, like working until 6 o'clock. I got in.
And driving.
An hour before driving and flying. It's been fun. I'm in New Jersey right now, and I'm gonna be in Colorado tomorrow. Anyway, yeah, you can follow me on all the links, and Pod is still a bit unhinged with everything that happened to him, and they got to be a beautiful half orc for a while, and they're probably gonna go back to that because they're literally still in the outfit, and they now have the okay to fight in a scenario in a environment where there's no permanent damage because of the revived clerics. This is Pod's greatest experimental
this is your
battlefield.
playground.
This is this is my laboratory.
Oh no, I don't like that at all.
So we're gonna see what color Anarian bleeds next week.
Heads up, it's like a midnight blue. It is gorgeous.
Probably a midnight
aesthetic.
blue.
We'll-
And yes,
we'll
see how many utensils I throw at you.
Is that
I'm
everybody?
excited to see what happens when you attack me.
Jake, have you gone? I'm sorry.
Yes, I started off.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was it.
Excellent. Well, guys, tune in Thursday. We have a Western with Offbeat Outlaw, Dat Dirty Taco, Critfail Jake once again, a Luna Wolf Spirit, and myself. I totally blanked. Anyway. Gosh, I missed someone, and that's gonna mess me up. I'm
Taco,
gonna feel
Alfie, Luna,
Did you
me,
say
and
Taco?
Jared.
Jared.
my other roommate.
I was gonna say secret roommate,
The
Jared.
person who can slap me.
We went
Roommate.
an hour and a half late today. So,
Yeah,
you
thank you everyone for bearing with us on that one. I know, I'm sure it was a tragedy to endure. Everybody, we're gonna go raid Dice Cream Sandwich, so stick around for that. It goes a long way towards helping both communities. So pile into this raid, and I hope you all have a phenomenal. Unable to raid, huh? Unable to raid, huh? I don't. Excuse me. Raid.
Aw.
Unable to raid. I think they've got raid turned off.
Oof.
All that wind up. But you should go follow them
Everyone
regardless.
Go to Dice Cream Sandwiches page.
Yeah, everyone. And meanwhile, we're gonna dip over to Youth Pastor Ryan. Absolute bean. Love this human. Also plays D&D. He played a really sleepy cleric in a one-shot once, and it was hilarious. Looks like they're playing some Modern Warfare. So we're gonna dip over there and have a phenomenal time. I'm padding so that I can keep talking. Boom! Unable to raid. Okay, it's something on my end. Guys, everyone just head over to either of those streams, give him
You
a
got
follow,
options.
and tell him Feffers did not have his shit together for tonight. And have a phenomenal rest of your evening, friends. Bye bye.
Toodaloo.